adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, and most recently, you are up here in the town of Nausea, where you found yourselves after quite a bit of a trip looking for the source of the drug frenzy. During your investigation, Saphira was taken over by the Blood God and was down here in South Cove, and you guys have escaped to Nausea, where you've done a bit of recollection and resetting and reestablishing yourselves here. You've checked in on 123 Mary Way and had an encounter with Kendall. You guys managed to do some research around, and your ship has now arrived here in Nausea. As the flight risk is docked, you have managed to draw it on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And oh yeah, you did it, sir.
I actually forgot I did.
I figured it's so pretty.
It is pretty. It's a good job.
I appreciate it.
And you guys were beginning to prepare to depart. But what preparations would you like to make as your associates, the World Eaters, are heading on the way towards Sageos' lair? What would
I'd
you
like to
do?
double check with you, Eric.
Yes, sir.
I believe it was 4 days for them to reach the meeting spot. I forget the name, but the one east.
The Broken Mug.
Is 4 days correct for the Broken Mug?
For
is
the,
it?
it was 4 days from the other location. You guys have a 2-day travel from where you are currently at, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
That would give us 2 days for prep.
Yes, sir.
Well, first and foremost, has the party left the ship from dealing with the stone? Like, are we all back, just like on dock at this point?
Yes, you guys can all come out of the ship should you choose to. Is anyone not coming up from having dealt with the bagel or stone?
Wait, what, like, time of day is it?
It would be 4 p.m.
Okay, so we don't have our new abilities yet. I just wanted to make sure.
Wayne looks back towards inland at all these random people, and he says, "These people are out here drunk every day. 4 p.m.
That's true.
I mean, listen, you can get drunk right now if you want. We're not going to stop you. Like,
I don't think you can get drunk, right? Doesn't it?
I feel like we've had
do
this
anything to you?
conversation, and you are factually incorrect.
And
Jason.
like, I could also get drunk, but it would require so much alcohol. I don't know if we'd want to pay for that much.
well, what if we all just went to Tati's temple and drank there? That would probably make it easier for some of us.
What, we're gonna drink water?
No, that stuff kills you.
The people out here don't seem to be having the most ideal time.
I got
I think-
Yeah, especially not this guy.
Yeah, that guy just like threw up over the dock. Not looking good.
For the record, if you guys know any environmental
Only one.
artists that are looking for work, send them my way.
I would be so sad to lose this one, though.
This is really a classic. The guy throwing up is just so good.
It's almost like a landmark at this point, you know? Like, I'd feel bad if he wasn't
totally hung up on the person that decided to go topless at the
Yeah.
harbor.
For the record, this is concept art from The Witcher. Just for it's open
That
source.
makes so much more sense now.
there. Nausea is very open-minded. I mean, I'm topless here. No one's ever bothered me.
I've been to this
I'm also
place and
topless.
I know that lady.
I'm like half topless.
We should probably inform the consortium that we need a crew in 2 days to leave.
I would agree with that. At some point, we might want to continue our earlier conversation in the consortium or back in our ship or something. But yeah, otherwise, we should just get ready for the voyage. Food stock up, new crew. Anyone got anything else they really need?
Are we planning to travel by boat, or are we just going to teleport to where we want to go?
I feel like at minimum, maybe we should get our boat together with the World Eaters, and they can fly together. If we want to detour, we still can, but...
Okay, because I thought we were going to teleport to the Broken Mud to meet with them, and
We can
then
do both.
once we're there, we can acquire some artifact from their a flagship, which would allow us to warp to their flagship when we wanted to join them. If we, although they, yeah, that's an option. We could of course send the Changemaker along.
So
I think we could do both. I think we should assign the Changemaker to follow the fleet, and we can teleport as we please.
I don't care where you assign the Changemaker, it's not going anywhere.
Sorry, whatever the
Just
flight
tell it where it should go.
The
So-
flight risk.
Plane ship, let's go.
It's literally written on the screen there, guys.
You gotta keep in mind, most of us have been saying that for like 80 sessions.
I understand. That's valid. However, I'm going to poke holes in your guys' plot.
You are right
As
too.
long as they're not in the boat.
So the flight risk is gonna follow the fleet, and we'll come and go from it as we please. That's my vote.
So with the World Breakers, what about the other plan in Rooted Lake Winks?
Well, let's talk about that later.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we're, thinking about it.
Let's go think about it out of earshot of the drunkards.
Yeah. That's why I'm very, discreet.
And Coin will begin walking towards the consortium.
Okay.
I'll join.
Awesome. So you guys head to the Longstriders Consortium. As you guys approach the long, low brown building with a silver sign outside, you're able to open the heavy oaken door and walk inside. As you do so, you look around and you see Brad running around, too busy to come and help you at the moment.
Ooh,
That's
some
impressive.
kind of party going on in here.
You look around, there's a couple of people you don't recognize here.
Do they look sketchy?
Do they look
Yes.
like bounty hunters?
No,
Assassins?
they are 5 felines. They're tabaxis.
You didn't answer my question.
They look more like a group of entertainers than anything else.
Hey, who paid for the entertainment today?
As
Maybe
you
it's someone's birthday?
as you guys are standing there, Brad will come over after helping them. Oh, welcome. Let's go and get you a table. I was just helping Boris and Natasha. Is there anything else I can help you with? This is right over here. Right over here. Ale, yes. Okay, all set. There you go. And he pours
Okay,
ale
thank
for you. Yep. Want pretzels? Of course you want
Sure.
pretzels. You want mustard, honey mustard? You want ketchup? Yes, both. Mayonnaise, aioli. Awesome. Cool. Be right back. And he goes running off.
You do caviar?
Got it.
You like caviar?
Oh, you
Maybe.
putting caviar on pretzels?
I've never tried it. I think it would be an interesting combo.
For the record, I think this is a combo I need to try this weekend. Like IRL.
Let me know how it goes.
Like tomorrow's my day off. I may just go get a hot pretzel and some caviar.
I googled it. Not a lot of results for caviar pretzel. But there are a few, so
It makes sense. It's a salty thing that goes with pretzels. Sure.
If the county fair is coming up as the only option, that's probably a bad sign for the food.
not a lot of restaurants with it. I'll
Not
tell you
in
that.
Texas. In Texas, that's a different story. We got great food at the county fairs.
Hey, another stop for Eric Kahn, noted.
The Texas
So
State
I-
Fair is very famous.
After consuming our pretzels and all of that, I think Coin would want to go track down. I believe Zutono helped us with getting
Okay.
the crew last time.
Yep.
So end of the hall.
Oh, you going up to see Zutano Coin?
Yeah, I got to get the word out to our crew.
Okay, well, my neck doesn't go that far, so I'm just gonna chill outside for a little bit and, not probably cause like a cramp in my neck at this point.
That seems like a good idea.
You're also letting a lot of flies in.
Through the door, like Nick
Yeah.
goes back through the door and he's just like, oh, yeah. And then he just lays outside.
Somewhere,
Aw,
your
aw.
dad is saying, "Shut the door! You're letting the air conditioning out."
Air conditioning. There's no ice cream in this town, but there's air conditioning.
It's just one guy in the
Orgies are-
back casting Ray of Frost again and again.
I would challenge anyone here to say that their dad had not ever said this.
My mom
Oh, that's
says it.
All right, so Coin goes upstairs to the end of the hall. You find the ornately carved doors closed at the moment. The lush rug is soft and silencing to your footsteps.
Ominous. Coin's gonna go up to Zutono's door.
Yes,
He'll
sir.
knock a few times and wait a moment.
Come in.
Coin enters.
He's wiping his hands on a handkerchief. Blood is being cleaned off.
You
How can I
could call
help you?
this perception or insight. Is this related to anything in the room, like something under his desk, their blood on the floor, that kind of thing?
Roll a perception check. With a 30, you can see that there are blood splatters across his desk, and he is currently cleaning them up. There's also a couple bloody footprints leaving the room out the door that you came in.
Coin is probably unusually quiet for a moment because he's got a relationship with this person. He doesn't want to inquire, but this is a little too out of the ordinary. I think Coin's gonna look around and he's gonna say, like, disagreement?
Competition that didn't want to play nicely. I don't often have to get my hands dirty. And he starts cleaning the desk. But when necessary, action has to be taken to protect my members. Should
I
you
know
run
you
into
mean.
Should you run into the Lost Lore Company, be careful.
I know exactly what you mean. I hate it when I get blood on my desk. The worst.
It is.
Get the whole thing refurbished. Anyways, I'm coming here for a few things.
Of course.
Namely, we're setting out on another voyage in about 2 days. I'd like the consortium to send out word to the previous crew and any new recruits available just to man the ship for us.
Interesting. Did the previous crew not work out?
No, most of them did. It's just we lost a couple numbers. I don't know how many of them are available.
I mean, one of them really did not help.
We're gonna need at least one replacement.
Understood. Well, I will see what I can do.
And I also up their pay. This is gonna be like a month-long voyage.
Indeed.
I'm not sure how updated you are on our plans running the flight risk.
I understand that you've stolen the Cervantes vessel and are currently working on heading eastwards towards Sagaeos.
Oh yeah, you're all cut up then.
I think it's dangerous, but I understand it has to be done. I can't think of very many other people who would be even interested in doing such a difficult and challenging endeavor. I applaud you. Is there any way that we can provide assistance?
I appreciate it. And it's funny you say that. You can't think of anyone else who would do it. My next order of business was actually
Well, I can think of a few, but they're few.
we already have a fleet going, but I think it would be in our best interest if the consortium, on a low profile, put out the word that anyone willing to aid in this voyage, or at least meet at its destination, just let them know and send them that way.
Where is the destination?
Out of character, you'd need to pull up the map for me to know the name, but Coin's
Sure.
gonna say Sagaeos' island, effectively, which would be Serona.
Yep. Specifically the lair of Akeda there.
Gotcha. Coin's gonna say, like, yeah, to Akeda, East Serona, all the way over there. And this is in in character or out of character really wouldn't if any other players in other future campaigns want.
This is just coin in universe opening up that potential raid kind of invite.
Understood. I will put out feelers to see if I can recruit some assistants to meet you there.
Wonderful.
When do you intend to start the assault?
That's a good question. We'll arrive at the destination in roughly 3 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks and... No, it'd be about 3 weeks at this point. But whether it would be immediate on arrival or with a wait time, I could tell you that in about a week after I rendezvous.
Very well.
I think that's pretty much everything.
So you have everything you need, save for the crew.
Just about, but I may as well ask this while I'm here. We're really trying to track down every edge we can get on Sageos. You haven't heard of any of his enemies, in Estrella or somewhere across the continents?
I have
Any
heard
lead?
of a couple of opponents of his will. There's a group of individuals who have just left Nausea, would have been a week ago? They've headed north into the Schnoza Protectorate. They're looking for allies in a political engagement, and they have a bit of beef with Sageos as he killed one of their friends and allies, a former member of the consortium whose name is Bloodsword. Should you be interested in contacting them, I would encourage you to use magic to send a message to Covet von Sin.
We may just do that.
If she is unavailable, you could also try Twilight's Call or Islarin Shonozath.
How do you spell that?
As in the Shonozath Protectorate.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Perfect.
first name is Islarin. Correct.
Boy, that sounds like a cool character.
It does sound like a cool character, right? It's almost like someone's using their art right now.
What are the odds?
I have no idea who that could be.
I have no idea who that could be.
Well, that's about everything on my mind. If there's anything you need me to, a message to pass to my crew, I'm more than happy to do so.
If you do decide to do this, ensure that the consortium gets credit for having sent you.
Given all the resources you provide, I think I can accommodate that.
Excellent. It's a pleasure doing business with you. By the way, a while back, you expressed interest to one of my other associates about acquiring some real estate for the purposes of entrepreneurship.
Coin was walking out, but he sort of 2 frames of animation instantly spins around. Go on.
There is a local establishment that has an opening, a restaurant that the other half is being interested in being sublet. Would you be
Really?
interested?
They
have a full kitchen, a dining room that could seat potentially 20, an outdoor dining facility near the docks.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I want all the details on this, please.
Excellent. You would need to go and speak to, and he starts writing down on a piece of paper and hands you the piece of paper. On the piece of paper, it says Kanan Bloodtooth.
Bloodtooth.
You'll find him near the docks at the Shattered Jackal.
This restaurant is like the existing isn't like cannibalistic, right?
No. No, the Shadow Jackal is, for lack of a better term, a dive bar. Whereas the consortium tends to deal only with members, the Shadow Jackal deals with anyone who will come in off the docks.
Oh.
Not cannibalistic, but is run by Kanan, who is quite the fearsome individual if you've not met him before, but he's a teddy bear.
Teddy bear? I didn't know they could talk.
He smiles. In his case, there might be an exception.
Well, it shouldn't be hard to miss him then.
It should be very difficult to miss Kanan Bloodtooth.
Well, I appreciate this. I'll have to check, how my finances are doing. I'm doing a lot of, supply purchasing for the voyage ahead, but this is on my radar.
Of course. And just tell him that I sent you, and he will understand your purpose.
Oh, absolutely. Can do. Fine day to use Utono.
Likewise, Seatoad Coin. Should you ever need more business opportunities, please let me know. Nausha is teeming with them.
And a fine day to you. And Coin's going to exit out of the room and return to his party.
Cool. As you exit the room, you see those bloody footprints on the rug. They go down the stairs. Are you going to go back down to the stairs?
Yeah, I'm not going to be stepping on the blood.
Okay.
But
you head down the stairs, and you follow the blood trail down to the 5 felines that are sitting at the table.
Oh, okay. Are they eating, like a platter?
They are currently drinking milk. And eating salmon.
Coin will look with a face of, I guess, brief concern, but he won't dwell on it, and he'll return back to the party to inform them of everything that he's just learned. Primarily that they are maybe allies against Zagaeos in Protectorate Waters, the real estate stuff, and then obviously that we should be ready to leave in 2 days. And then he'll eat one of the flies that's coming in from the open door.
Okay. This one was extra juicy with a crispy outer shell.
Ruzid sees that and he's like, "Oh, you're back." And he sticks his head back into back in through the door.
Yep. Coin will inform you as well. So basically, we should be ready to go meet the World Eaters in 2 days.
Are we gonna meet up with that Kanan guy?
Yeah, if we see him. Is Keenan the Bloodtooth one, or is that the...
Yep, Keenan Bloodtooth.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if I have the finances to rent out a spot. So it really is going to come down to haggling. Especially like...
Spot. But wait, why do we need to rent out a spot?
It's, real estate. Got to get that stand running at some point.
Oh. Wait, what does that have to do with meeting with that Bloodtooth guy?
I was told that he's renting out property. A sublet, I was told.
What? We gonna start like the corn dog business or something?
Yeah, just start it out front. We get him in the store, take a couple coins. It adds up. It's called passive income, Ruzit. We're gonna be selling, and my money's gonna be moneying.
Wonder if there could be some sort of advertising campaign that could leverage the fact that I'm a dragon. Like, we do some promotion for a day or something.
Yeah, we could probably turn you into a mascot. We could sell Tati's little dolls too.
Oh, that little action figures, but they're like all handmade. We're gonna have to make so many of them to sell enough.
We could make them on the road and then just sort of like poof them back to the shop, you know?
I don't know. Maybe Toddy's got a plan to perfect the production method.
Maybe. We won't rush it. But you know, it's gonna be hard to run you for mayor if we're not in town. I wonder if maybe buying that sublet now and then just putting up a bunch of, you know, campaign posters might be it's something while we're gone.
Wait, but who's gonna run the place while we're gone? You got employees?
Well, we'll see how much money I have left after we buy it.
Can't be that much, right?
I'll be honest, I was thinking of putting up like a wet floor sign and then just taping a picture of your face over it, and that would be like the campaign poster. Like, we're
Maybe,
not
like,
going
we can
high
make a
shelf.
benefit, you get to ride on my back for like 1 minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you know those posters people put on what would the Toivoan equivalent of a telephone pole be? On a
Job board.
job board, where you can just take a little slit of paper off of it for information.
Stocks.
This is a really complicated metaphor, and I don't know how to put it into medieval terms, but
You can put it on the stocks. That's
yeah, you know how
Corn
like
stalks?
people will like tape up coupons or whatever on a telephone
Sure.
booth, and you can rip one off. Coin's trying to do that, but with Ride a Dragon coupons.
Understood.
Never mind medieval times. I'm confused about what time you live in.
Listen, I don't go
Are
outside
we?
much, so
This is your
mileage may
this
vary.
is your modern day reference that you're trying to meet, and I'm like, what phone booth are you looking at?
Are we all here?
Maybe not a
during the
booth, but a-
conversation?
Yes, you guys are all here during this
Okay.
conversation.
I guess a telephone
if-
line.
When we leave, so that
That's
Bruce
where
can
shoes
still
go.
show face for mayor,
Mhm.
and to run our store, I can just make a simulacrum of Ruzid that we can leave here.
Oh.
You don't
Huh.
want to get him the reputation of like a straw man.
Well, I don't even know. How does a simulacrum even work? Is it gonna act like me, think like me, or is it gonna do like a robot, like do the robot?
Well, it says it's friendly to creatures I designate.
Okay, that's not very descriptive,
citizens.
Machine.
The citizens
I
of
think
the
I'm
town.
friendly to you guys sometimes.
So I can even make it nicer than you because I can just designate more creatures.
Wow! Shade thrown.
What the fuck?
No, I just mean he can be nice to everybody. that like even people that don't deserve it. Just get all the
Oh,
votes.
why would you do that?
For
What
votes.
the fuck?
Bruzid, you're a politician now. You're gonna have to learn to lick some boots and, you know, shake some hands.
No, I can just get like a good core base, and that's all I need.
Okay.
Good luck with that. I mean, how expensive is that to have just a simulacrum running all times?
I think
Wasn't it a one-time cost?
yeah, it's a one-time cost.
Why don't you make a simulacrum yourself?
Because I thought about doing that, and I thought that Eric would get annoyed because I can make infinite amount of myself because they have my spell slots.
Don't you suffer from like soul division
No.
when you go crazy with that spell?
Well, there's no mechanics behind it, but I'm sure Eric would come up with something that probably
I might be
punishes
thinking of
you
a
for doing
different
that.
spell.
Would the simulacrum have free will? Like, I don't want to create an ethical concern here.
The way the spell is written, their infinite duplication does work, but I've never seen a GM ever allow it. I wouldn't bet money on trying that at Eric's table.
One way to find out.
For the record, you can cast Simulacrum once. If you cast it a second time, the previous simulacrums are destroyed.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's Eric's
but what you
rule.
do
No, it
is-
literally says
I
that.
have to
The
be-
last line of the spell says that.
Yes,
There
Eric,
goes
The
my plan.
simulacrum casts the
Look,
spell,
right.
It's not theirs.
exactly.
Right. The
So I just
problem
go down
is
the line.
that the simulacrum cannot make a simulacrum of himself.
No,
Yeah, but it
make
can make a
fun of me.
simulacrum of you. That's the bug.
Yeah.
But regardless, whatever. You patch the bug. We don't want to do that.
See, I had a plan to just have like a bunch of ghost ships of like a million Oshins riding up to Sagaeos, just to bluff them. But that's off
It
the
would be
table now.
it would be the best like big bad is like the big bad is a guy who just abused exploiting the rules. It's like have 10,000 simulacrums.
For the record, this has happened to me before, and I learned my lesson, and that's why there are 7 knickknacks.
That's
Point
really
so
funny. Of course,
Of course, Knick-Knack was the one who did it
Curse his
first.
name.
Curses.
Curse his name.
Curse his name.
He fixed the rules for us. Thank you, Knick-Knack.
Okay, so what's the actual plan?
Well, I mean,
Now,
above table, I don't have anything else I need to do in town. I mean, I guess maybe pick up some more ocean resources, but other than that,
well, we could
Yeah.
try the alternative. And he Wizard winks again.
We'll talk about that later. Either way, Coin, do you really want to try and look? I'm 100% behind you in making your corn on the cob stand or an ice cream stand or whatever restaurant you decide to go for. I'll invest in it. I'll work in your kitchen. I'm behind it 100%. I'm just not sure now
I'm on
is
it.
the right time. Just because
Oh,
we
no,
probably need all of the money we have to buy potions and potion making equipment.
yeah, that's the unfortunate reality of it. And I do agree with you. I wish I could come. I wish I knew a way to buy that and make the money back, within a week. Like off the property.
And you
Which-
could like speed up time, right? Then you get the money faster.
If only we had.
Yeah,
money
exactly.
that-
Well, we can speed up time. That's not the issue. The issue is the property's not going to accrue value on its own. I'd need like some sort of scheme to get rich quickly. You know?
You would say a get rich quick scheme.
Well, no, that doesn't really ring off the tongue. I like what I said more. This is just Coin going into his own little world where he's probably scratching on paper trying to come up with stuff.
Of course.
But I, as a player, have not come up with anything. So I am inclined to agree with Bryn. I don't want to spend a lot of money on his investments before we have a big thing to do. So, I mean, I'll let everyone in the party know Coin has 11k gold on person, maybe a little more in the bag of holding as items. Anyone is welcome to use that if they need to buy anything.
On the other hand, a food business is a relatively mundane thing to have in terms of like cost.
Not very
Like,
cost effective for
cost-
making it back, no.
But in terms of the actual investment, like it probably wouldn't actually cost that much money if you're just looking to, if you want to snatch up the real estate before we leave, just to make sure nobody else takes it. I mean, that's probably going to be like a single digit gold per month. Or
Oh yeah,
load.
to be
yeah.
clear, I have no intents of like pausing all session progress to make a corncob stand. The plan would
Oh,
be
because you totally
No,
could.
no.
That's not the issue.
I could, but my intent was he would get that before we leave, and then that would be a background thing, but not a primary focus for him.
I'm totally down for that, and I'm just pointing out that if the concern is we don't want to drop 100 G on real estate instead of potions, I don't think it would be 100 grand. I think it would be like if we're just like signing a lease, like for one like storefront property.
Yeah.
That
I think
might
there's-
be like 20 gold a month, maybe. I don't know, but
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, like why not just go talk with
potions?
some details?
Yeah, it sounds like the easiest solution is let's just go talk to him and see what it is. So Coin at some point is going to hop up off the chair
Sure.
and indicate to the group that he's ready to go to the docks and find, this business owner.
Cool. So, you guys pop up and leave? Is anyone going to stay around? No.
I'm staying
Okay.
down. Like, is he just going upstairs?
No,
Or
he's
do
going
we
out to the
need
docks.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just follow where everybody else
All right.
is.
Cool. You guys head out into the town.
Did that spell let you make a copy of me even when I'm a dragon? Eh?
No, because you're not a beast or humanoid.
I think he's a beast.
You're wrong.
I am a beast.
Come
A
on.
dragon beast.
That is
Something-
both really nice and really rude, and also wrong.
Something we may actually want to consider is with the Sageos fight, that could be another person we could actually hand over the lance to. If you guys want to copy me or someone else who could do it.
Yeah, we definitely should make a copy of someone. Like, just in general. Like, making a copy of someone that follows us, that, like, works together with us was... I mean, it's more firepower, right? The more the merrier.
I'm getting like we got keys to the copier room vibes. I don't know what
Is
we
this-
need to make, but we need to make something.
Can't just not use it. Is a simulacrum? Coin will ask. Is a simulacrum like fully autonomous? Can it act? I thought it would just stand and wave.
I think it's fully autonomous. I'll have to read the spell description because it's not on my spell list, so I haven't spent a lot of time.
It's autonomous,
looking at
but
it.
it listens to
You
your
could cast it to
commands.
find out.
Yeah, let's test it. Let's just let's find like a 7-sided die and just roll it to see who we copy.
I'm
It's a-
not excited. I'm not a valid target.
It's an illusory duplicate of a beast or humanoid. It's a creature, partially real, formed from ice or snow. And it's friendly to you, obeys your spoken commands, and it's kind of like a familiar, but like a very, very powerful one. Oh wait, the simulacrum lacks the ability to learn or become more powerful. So it never increases its level or other abilities, nor can it regain expended spell slots.
So sad.
That's really tragic, actually.
All day at the gym and it can't do anything. It went to school for a year. It learned nothing.
And then you basically have to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a snow. You have to make a snowman of yourself and sprinkle powdered ruby worth 1500 GB over it, which
On the
is
other hand-
really funny.
What I'm hearing is he's not taking in calories either if he wants to go hit the buffet.
That raises a question that if the original learns something, does the simulacrum update with
No.
that information?
No.
Oh.
Well,
you need
It's
to
a
sync for that.
snapshot. It's the copy
Okay.
machine.
I thought you
If
could
we
do like
wanted-
Naruto training with it.
we wanted to like bring somebody strong for the fight. When I tried to hit Ronaldus Basil with a spell earlier, he seemed like legendarily resistant to it. And all
Are
we
you
need is one
suggesting
piece.
making a photocopy of Ronaldus Basil to help us?
That sounds. I don't like that idea.
I think I
I
would
like that.
probably kill the simulacrum before he got to do anything helpful. Because he'd say some like stupid offhand comment at me, and then I'd just tear him to pieces because I know it's not the real one.
People
you're not
love
selling me on
copying
this.
lance.
That's what we deserve.
It would be so fun. Wait, maybe you should do it just so I can kill him.
If not,
You can actually charge quite a fee for that. Make simulacra people that other people don't like and charge them. I mean, you
it's-
have to charge them like
Wait.
a couple of 1,000 gold pieces just to pay for the components, but give them the chance to kill someone they don't like without any consequences. No, that's an idea.
You could set him
Fine,
up
I don't
like a
think
dunk
idea.
tank and then spread the
And
cost
that's-
over
yeah,
everyone who
that
comes.
This sounds really unhealthy.
Exactly
Let's do
what I
it.
was going to say. Is it's like a dunk tank, except instead of putting the person in cold water, you get to actually murder them.
Are you saying my stress relief methods are unhealthy, Coin?
I'm just saying, let's go to a rage room first, and then we'll do the kill
I
of
would
fake
break the rage room in like
afterwards.
5 seconds.
That's why we do it first.
This is only useful for like 5 seconds, Coin.
The other thing we can do.
Coin
is
steps away
on our
from Rooted.
ship- Go ahead.
For the record,
What was it?
for Eric Con, whenever it does happen, there is a rage room here in San Antonio.
Hell yeah.
Let's
I
get
was gonna say the other thing we can do to keep on our ship is just make another Brad.
What?
Wouldn't we have to get the real Brad for 12 hours? You have to have
No,
a
we
beast or
we need
humanoid that
the-
stays within range for the entire casting time of the spell. I don't think Brad has 12 hours to spare.
No. It says you just
I-
need
I
some
still-
of their hair or a nail clipping.
No, the first line of the spell, you shape an illusory duplicate of one beast or humanoid that is within range for the entire casting time of this. Wait, does that mean that the duplicate is in range? I think
I've never
something
seen
implies
Brad
that the
step out of the
creature is in range.
consortium.
one beast.
You have to be touching for the entire time that you are doing the spell.
Yeah,
This is on the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's-
of it.
Right. That's the material components down there.
You need a piece of their hair,
Oh,
but you
okay.
also need to be next to them.
Yeah. You have to be touching the person for the whole time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
12
Okay.
hours of touching is crazy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. 12
Yeah, I don't
hours
wanna
of
cast that
casting is
anymore.
crazy, but
if
imagine
you're
standing
cheap.
next to the person casting that for 12 hours.
I don't want to touch anyone for 12 hours. That's fine.
So this is not at all an ethical idea, but
Oh, not at all.
if someone were to go invisible and just put their shoulder on Brad, just follow
Yeah,
him
that's too
around.
long even. Like,
I mean, I
I
think
like
the
you,
fact that-
O'Shane, but that might be a little too long.
We
I
could
think
just
the
copy
difficulty
one of
is
our.
that
Go ahead.
and pace with them.
I will
Yeah.
tell you that if you try to keep up with Brad for 12 hours, you will gain the level of exhaustion just because of how busy he is.
That I believe.
He's just like
You
dragging
should also
you
gain one
around.
for casting for 12 hours.
I was going to ask, is there the spell is a 12-hour casting time? Since that's a longer than a normal adventuring day, do you suffer a level of exhaustion
Yeah.
just during the spell cast?
Yep.
Awesome, and then you get another one for trying to follow Brad for
Right.
12 hours straight.
It's so gross.
While he does that. That's
Well,
really
O'Shane
fun.
could probably do it. He's like a really strong wizard, though. I bet he's got the endurance for it.
So a simulacrum can't learn, and it's presumably a near perfect duplicate of the original, but can it be created with a set of instructions? Like if we made a copy of Ruzid,
Mhm.
but we said like, you're gonna act as like the most convincing politician ever and you're just gonna campaign for yourself. Would it do it with an exceptional ability, or would it just be Ruzid's ability?
It would
to
be
do that?
Ruzid's ability.
Do
Okay.
you not think Ruzid's is exceptional? Or
Wow.
I'm very
No, but
exceptional.
Listen, he's on his A game and I want the S game.
But also, wouldn't it be obvious that it's like it's made of ice and snow? So like it would be obvious that it's a simulacrum to anybody who looks at it.
Just
put a
paint him
really-
or something.
Put a really big coat on him.
Yeah.
Or yeah, let's just throw paint at him.
Tell people that this is so that Ruza can be in more places at once, serve people.
Yes,
Or if-
exactly.
he's running our like shop that sells corn dogs and ice cream. He just
Well, and-
like built a bunch on himself, and that's why he looks like that.
In order for you to make the duplicate, I have to not be a dragon, and I don't want to do that. So
Oh yeah, that's fine. We
I
can,
mean, that'd be a pretty big cost.
So
yeah, it's
I'm
nice
guessing
being big.
I'm guessing the duplicate would not be able to turn into a dragon because the dragon transformation is granted by a magic item, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could give him the magic item, but then you wouldn't have
Why
it.
would I do that? It's mine.
Again, if you target somebody who's affected by a magic item, probably the effects of the magic item aren't taken into account when you create it. Like if he was wearing like a cloak of invisibility, he wouldn't be an invisible creature.
That's my point. Is that if Ruzid would have to be in kobold form because the spell has to copy a humanoid, and
Well,
so
he is a humanoid. He's just affected by a magic item.
Well, the
Oh,
same reason
interesting.
you're not a humanoid when you're. I mean, it said polymorph. I think on that. I think the way it is like, are you a human if you're a druid and you turn into a bear? I don't think you're still a human.
That's a good question. If you
I don't
cast
think druids are
Simulacrum,
humans.
if you
Wow.
cast Simulacrum on a druid who had transformed into a bear, would you get, because it's a beast, so you could do it, but would you get like just a bear, or would you get a human? Would the Simulacrum make a human? Well, you also have to shape. You have to make a snowman of the
Or would you
creature
get a
before
druid
you-
bear? Because druid bears are stronger than regular bears.
Yeah, that's an interesting ethical question. We can
Easily
I feel
solved
like
with
the
science.
Stanford
We just need a
the
druid.
Stanford prison experiment of the D&D universe.
Maybe.
Just
Maybe
extremely
that new
unethical.
recruit's gonna be a druid. Wait, Coin, can you request a druid from Zutono? For a new crewmate?
I mean, I guess.
Oh,
I could
I
ask
think
him.
of an
Transformed
idea.
into like a bird that just sat on the caster. Then they could maintain their 12 hours of touching. And we could do science at the same time. And find out how the spell works.
Wait, we can get.
I did have an idea. What if we asked Malachi if we could make a simulacrum of him, and we brought Malachi with us?
Bryn, the real Malachi doesn't want to
Yeah.
travel with us.
Yeah.
What makes you think a copy would?
Well, the
Sure, you're
copy
making
will
this
basically
character up.
instruction of the. Oh, you'll like him. Trust me. You'll meet him when we rendezvous. I think you'll get along.
Very
But
green.
it's
I'm very green.
just an option that we could have a kick-ass warlock with us at all times instead of just when we're traveling with the roll eaters.
I mean, while we're talking about crazy magic, why don't we just turn everyone into dragons? Can't you do that? Wouldn't that be cool?
Actually, I
again.
can. I know Wish now, so
Yeah! That
I
sounds
wish
way
we
better
were
than making
all
stupid
dragons.
copies.
Is that reversible? Because I don't think I'm gonna fit in my bucket if I'm a dragon.
Does
you
it
could be a
matter?
little dragon.
You could get a really
It
big
might. Am I still a frog dragon? Because I still have to be in water every day.
I mean, there's dragons who. Well, I mean, like, I like the water. Like, I can breathe underwater, Coin.
Listen, I can go in the ocean. I'm not worried about that, but I like my bucket, and I spent a lot of money on it, so.
You get like we'll get a really, really big
you
bucket for
going
you
in
if
the
you turn into
bucket?
a dragon. How's that sound?
If I was like a coin-sized dragon, this might be fine, I guess. Like, make me a dragon, but I'm still physically about as small as I am currently.
You still have
That's
sticky feet.
boring.
Okay, Mr. 20 feet tall. I don't want to hear it.
Can't get into buildings.
Yeah, my neck is kind of sore after today.
Are you doing it, Oshin?
No, we haven't
That
long
would be
rested,
the
so I can't
best
cast
way.
it yet.
That would
I
be
just-
so funny. You just blurted
Just
out.
on the fly.
Chanting it
Tap
more.
it. Don't
You're
even
into
tell
dance
anybody
body.
we're doing it.
I do yell it.
7
but
dragons at the dock. That's
I can't cast it yet because we didn't long rest yet.
If and when you decide to do that, you have to do it in this way.
Put that in the back
Agreed.
pocket.
Don't
cast it when we're all
tell
about to
anybody.
die.
yeah.
Just
When it,
I'll do it when Bryn's away, so that when he comes back, nobody tell him.
He's gonna
And will he
notice.
when he's
What
a
is it?
dragon or when he's surrounded by dragons.
I wish we were all a dragon and Bryn doesn't notice that anything's different.
Oh, yours sounds so much scarier. You said
Oh,
I
so
wish
then
we
wouldn't
were
that mean
all
that we
a dragon.
Yeah,
Wait.
I just meant that Bryn's AFK right now, so that we wouldn't tell him that we're all dragons.
well, I thought if you would specify that Bryn doesn't know, then wouldn't that mean that we kind of all have to like not know? So like all our minds would be wiped, and we just all think that we were dragons the whole time. That would be kind
This
of weird.
conversation's giving me a headache.
Oh,
I'm
we're
gonna go
all
buy
dragons, but
Brental.
we don't know we're dragons.
No, we know we're dragons, but we didn't know that we weren't dragons before we turned into dragons. So we just
Oh.
thought we were dragons the whole time.
I'm
Now
gonna
we
go
need to
by
come up with, like, a
pretty.
cool
And Coin just
backstory.
walks away.
What's your dragon backstory, Toddy? What, you like lived in this swamp and then I don't know. I'm not that creative.
And then a
If I
comedian
was a
came by on a
dragon-
boat and told you that you could get rich and famous by going to Hollywood.
No, for sure. If I was a dragon, I would have a fantastic lair inside the basement of a giant temple.
Ooh,
Ooh, that'd be cool.
And then
sounds
all
cool.
I would guard the cemeteries.
Ooh.
Would you also be a dragon in a temple, Sizen?
I feel like I'd more prefer a forest. Like the last dragon we saw was kind of more my style.
The last one? Oh, you mean besides Ruzid?
Yeah.
Reason doesn't count.
Not. That's not nice.
Aww.
Not nice.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Of course you count, but you don't really have a home base.
You're the
Sure,
home
very good.
base.
Ruzid has claws. He can use them to count.
That's a good question. How many fingers does Ruzid have in dragon form?
I don't know how many fingers does an adult green dragon have. Looking at this art,
11 on each hand.
4. Looks like 4. Yeah, 4.
Okay.
I see 4 here, so I'll go with 4.
Okay.
The time on the piano is going to be difficult.
Okay.
Unless Oshin wishes for 11 fingers.
See, this is why I need to learn Mage Hand, so I can properly like manipulate things while I'm like this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to help me. You're enlisted. You gotta help me learn how to do that.
My mage hand's not very dexterous. It's more of a hoof. So
You guys hear me?
Do that.
We could trial run being dragons. We can just wish, and then if we don't like it, we just roll back the Chrononacrum key. Just 30 days or your money
But what
back.
if
You know.
turning into a dragon results in being like losing the attunement to the key?
Ooh, that'd suck.
Well, I think it could also still burn out the wish spell, which also would be a little rough. But
If
there's
we
only
wish-
33% chance.
Hey, if it burns out the wish spell, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, a 33% chance is basically nothing.
I
how do
agree.
you cast wish and wish that you never burn yourself out of the wish spell?
Then you instantly burn out of the wish spell for sure if you do that.
If we
It's not
wish
gonna
that
work.
we're all dragons and then we reset time, does that create an alternate world where everyone's dragons?
Wait, everyone? Like us or literally everyone?
Well, I guess it depends on what the wish is.
Depends on how you word it.
I feel like if you wish for literally everyone in Toivoa to become dragons, you also will just instantly burn out and like implode.
I want to go
But I
back
also
to
think
what
that
you
the
were
word
saying.
we is a little bit inclusive.
Have we made a bunch of different alternate realities where a bunch of bad stuff was happening?
No, that's
What,
this
when we
one.
turn back time? What, like the alternate reality where we all blew up in that building? That's probably not a good one.
I feel like wishing to be a dragon is way worse than wishing for the ability to turn into one at will. It's like,
Wait, why don't we
we're-
just do that?
Right.
So like, why do we have to lock ourselves in permanently? Just word it better.
Well, you gotta have like some legally. Maybe we should hire a lawyer to write this wish so that we get screwed over by I don't know. How is anyone even trained in like what even is the law of wish? Fey law? Like who would be trained in that?
The law of careful wording.
So
So Coin, as our negotiator, would probably be the master at it.
So I feel like Bryn might actually know something about this. Nobody in the party has tried to cast Wish. Based on Bryn's temporary magical education, Eric, could you tell us, out of character, do you impose rules for casting Wish? Just like, what do you do when a player says they want to cast it?
It happens all the time on Mondays. Like, it is a regularly cast spell on Mondays because there are very specific rules in 5th edition as to what Wish can do. And the big catch to it is that you can use it to duplicate a spell of 8th level or lower, and you don't
Yeah,
need.
that's the easy part.
That's the easy part. That one is just guaranteed to succeed. The other ones, you can create one of the following effects. One is something worth 25,000 gold, which is not that much for you guys. That is not a magic item. It cannot be more than 300 feet in any dimension, so you could wish for a boat, etc. You can wish for up to 20 creatures to regain hit points. You can grant 10 creatures you can see resistance to a specific damage type, which would be pretty cool. You can give immunity to a single spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. You can undo a single recent event by forcing a reroll of any roll made within the last round. So basically anti-inspiration. And you may be able to achieve something beyond the scope of the above examples. Like this past Monday, when Echo Rex cast Wish against all these rules and decided that he wanted, based off of his faith, for Emery Rosie to ascend to godhood.
Oh boy.
And there is a new god in Toivoa.
Honestly, it sounds
That
a
is-
lot like a curse.
Now,
Sounds risky.
what the
What
side
kind of wish
effects
is that?
are about that, he doesn't know yet. But the new dragon god of justice and goodness is Emery Rosie. And currently, he has 2 worshippers.
Was there a previous
Justice and
god
goodness?
of justice and goodness?
What happened to him? Do you know who it is? No. Therefore, oh well.
They got to be a god of 2 things? That's basically becoming 2 gods. That's not even
Those
fair.
things don't sound super compatible either.
They're very
But just
interpretable.
in terms
Well,
of casting it, like, do you require that the wish be spoken in a single sentence, or
No.
something that could reasonably set as a casting time of
For the
an
record,
action,
because I
or-
know we have some enthusiastic authors of documents in this party.
Oh boy.
I wrote a book. And this is going to be my wish.
I have at one point received a 24-page wish. Single spaced.
Did they get it?
Goodness.
And a lot of addendums.
And they still did not get exactly what they wanted.
Well, at that point, whatever you were asking for was too complex.
Indeed. The more complex it is, the more I'm going to jack with you.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
more
the very first thing it says is the
Yeah.
GM has great latitude. The spell might simply fail.
Right.
Well, the greater the
So-
wish, the greater the likelihood that something goes wrong.
Right.
I think everyone
Yeah.
is saying he's just running the spell as it is written.
For the record, I am perfectly fine with whatever wish you guys want to do. I have contingencies, and I understand how, as an experienced GM, having done this for 30 some odd years now, I understand 38 years now. Damn. I understand how to handle wish.
Okay.
If you guys want to cast wish for whatever, we'll do it.
And
I think your first wish should be that the GM doesn't jack with our wishes.
that wish failed.
No, you guys can wish for that. I don't mind. You guys want to wish for that? I don't mind. I know how to handle that one.
I just want straightforward wishes.
He's gonna bring in a backup GM to fuck with him.
Well,
If he actually has a lawyer hired, ready to go, they're the ones who are messing with it.
legal counsel.
For the record,
That's what I want, not what I say.
the correct answer is yes, I bring in a second GM. That's literally the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Honestly,
see the-
I don't think you have
Write
to.
that down.
Like, there's no reason to jack with wish, just like fundamentally.
And for the record, I have that GM on call. You guys know
So the
him.
First,
Damon would be coming in and just messing with you guys.
Oh,
Oh, no, cook, we're all dead if we do
That's
that.
even worse.
I think bring Damon in and then make all of your wishes totally reasonable. Just
We'll bring
Just
Damon
hey.
in, and then I'll just cast Wish that we all rolled 20s on our new character stat blocks.
honestly, I'll take that.
That's the pro gamer move,
you
the last
cast wish
section of the campaign.
We're gonna reincarnate as a new party that's already level 20.
And have the 20 in every single stat baseline.
That sounds terrible.
Reincarnate as a new party, all wizards, we all know Wish.
That would be funny though.
A campaign where everyone starts at 20 and aims to drop down to 1 would be very funny.
Oh my god.
And entirely doable.
Probably. But that's
7 Shatter Kai.
beyond the current
Yeah,
plot.
exactly. It's easy if you do that.
Nah, I wouldn't take the easy route. Although I did look up the create Magen spell, and yeah, I think we can get down.
So I guess we can shelve the Dragon Wish for later when we're more desperate, but we will do it in the future, right? And the Ruzid winks at Oshin.
I wink back.
Okay, sounds good.
While this is all occurring, Coin had walked off like 20 minutes ago, and he's talking to, I would assume, Bloodtooth.
All right, so you go to the Shattered Jackal. As you approach, a grung, you don't recognize him, comes shattering out the window. Glass shards all over the place. He's unconscious as he skids to the end of the dock and into the water.
Good farm? Didn't really stick the landing, though. Coin walks in.
You walk in, this place is absolutely rough. You look around, there are people with broken bones, bloody noses, there's a couple of fights going on, there's an arm wrestling competition going, and behind the bar, there is Kanan Bloodtooth. Unmistakably Kanan Bloodtooth.
Oh, I gave it away. Coin's gonna look up at him. Buddy,
What's up?
I heard you were trying to sublet some property around here.
Oh, yeah. We got the place next door. What can I do for you?
I'd love the details, you know, what's your rate?
Oh.
What are you looking for? How much, square footage?
Oh, well, it's 400 square feet for gold a square foot per month.
Buddy, I got a desk that's bigger than 400 square feet.
Well, lucky for you.
And how much did you say it is per month?
400 gold for each month. It's prime dockside property.
Alright, and how much is it when I account for coin gestures to the state of affairs of this building? This.
400 gold per month. This is the clientele that will probably be participating. You'll get full endorsement if you open a restaurant.
So what I'm hearing is 200 gold per month.
Hold it down, you guys! Yeah. 400 gold per month.
Did Coin see the other property when he walked in? Like, is it right next to it?
It's
Is it like
literally
attached?
same building.
Same building.
And you can see it. You walked past it. You want to go over and check it out?
Yeah. Coin says, "I'll be right back," and he's gonna go check this property out.
All right. As you leave the place, a human woman goes flying across, upside down, and smacks into the wall. She slides into the corner, where two Kenku run over and start fanning her face, trying to get her back into the fight. You walk out the door, and the place next door has been closed. There's a place for a sign. There are tables. The chairs are currently upended and on top of the tables. There's a bum sleeping underneath one of them. Place looks like it's in decent repair. A little coat of paint and a little bit of elbow grease, and you can get this place to look pretty nice.
Okay.
Is it worth 400 gold a month?
400 is a lot, although it's only been like 3 months in Toivoan time, so it wouldn't cost me that much necessarily. But I don't. Let's be realistic. A corn cob stand is going to generate 5 gold per month, so I'm going to be in the red for a while. But Coin's looking at this and he's thinking,
I don't know what corn cob stand you're talking about, but man, they big bank here in Texas.
I'm sure they do, but I was thinking like the economy of Nausea is probably not 500 gold. I mean, even my Airbnb is making what 70 per 2 months.
Your Airbnb, yes, sir.
Not a whole
I
lot.
don't know.
So,
Food right on the waterfront next to the docks. You're going to get a lot
Yeah.
of hungry sailors coming in.
that's true.
And
Especially next to this place.
at 1 copper for cost for each meal, you charge a silver, you're making bank.
Sell it. I could even sell band-aids here for the sorry lugs who
There
fly
you
out
go.
the window.
Yeah.
Coin's selling himself on this more and more, and I think after a lot of those ideas, he's gonna walk back in, and he's gonna say, "We have a deal, $3.99 per month."
Kanan looks at you. A deal, absolutely. Put it there. And your name was
Sea-toad Coin.
Sweet Old Coin. Okay. Here's the contract. I got it all written up and everything.
All right, Coin's gonna read this thing over pretty thoroughly.
It's very standard. There's no hidden things. He's not being devious at all.
Okay. Yeah, I would say Coin's gonna, take a moment to really bask in it.
Sure.
He'll sign it. He'll take out a bag with 400 gold. He'll take a single one out, and then he'll hand it to him.
He reaches out. Nice to be your neighbor, Coin. We'll have some great business. When do you plan on
yeah.
opening?
Oh, what don't I plan?
When?
Anytime.
Hold it down back
When?
there. When?
What? That's to be determined. If
It's your money.
my idea works, maybe within the month, maybe within a week, maybe within a day. Honestly, I gotta go talk to some people.
What's your idea anyway?
Feed hungry mouths, lick wounds, sell. I actually have a list of everything. If you're interested.
Of course.
Coin's gonna pull out a list and talk this guy's ear off on all of Coin's, inventions and maps.
Sure. All right. I need
Until
3
it's-
flavors for the corn on the cob.
Cajun,
Cajun.
garlic,
Okay.
blueberry.
Understood.
Blueberry.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Yeah. For the dessert, for the sweet tooths.
Understood. Blueberry corn. Interesting. All right. You gotta try it. Don't throw shade until you try something, guys.
Oh, here's a 4th one: caviar.
Caviar corn.
Caviar corn.
That actually sounds pretty decent.
Right? Yeah, Coin's gonna talk this guy's ear off until he's done or he gets turned around.
He's going to listen to you and be the consummate bartender. Although occasionally you do see him pick up a glass from a table and just with a towel reserve it to somebody else.
Nice. No, I don't want to sponge up the party's time with Coin's
No,
solo roleplay, but
I
he
understand.
would be. He's getting chummy with this guy
Yeah.
as a business neighbor. He's even asking him like, "Hey, when people are done here, what's their vibe? Are they looking for anything?
Usually looking for something to solve the hangover.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a recipe for that." Coin will, after talking for a while, leave with the contract. Did he get like any keys to this place or any
He
physical?
gives you a key. He actually gives you 2 keys, one for the front door, one for the back door.
Nice. For the sake of notation in my backpack, is there like an address to this place or a name?
It's whatever you want to call it, sir.
Okay.
What are we calling your corn cob stand? And if you say the corn hub, I will give you inspiration.
Damn.
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. I don't know if I still deserve it, but yeah, the corn hub is.
Come on, you're classier than that.
Easy though.
For the record, that is a actual stand here in San Antonio.
I would take it, although I already have an inspiration, so I wouldn't have much use for that.
Yep, come up with a name.
It's to be determined, really, because I think.
TBD?
Yeah, TBD.
Okay.
Wayne's Cobbs.
Coins cobs. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say right now. I'm just adding the key to my inventory,
Understood.
but Coin is going to return to the party,
Sure.
spinning his key around his finger.
All right. You now have real estate in Nausha on the docks, right next to the Shattered Jackal.
Yep. $3.99 per month. And yeah, Coin's gonna come up. He's gonna say, "Hey, good news! I have property. Bad news. There's nothing in it. That simulacrum, dude. Do we need that?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, we're gonna be traveling. Stand's not gonna run itself.
That was my first suggestion. I said we'll make a reason to stay and run it.
We can't do that though. We already had this conversation.
That's
I
kind of
know,
where
just-
I'm getting at. What's the like? Can we? I think we should start this ASAP. I'd love to get it running before we leave.
I'm gonna be honest. We might want to really get it kicked off after the big fight, because I do think we could use the extra. I use curtain.
How much you paying a month? I mean, it's not going to take more than a month for us to figure out everything we need to figure out in terms of the Segayo's business and come back here. So it's not so bad of a sunk cost.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's get like a coming soon sign. That way people get excited for it, you know, hype them up.
That you really can't call it Cornhub.
I'll throw up some placeholders. We can
What do
wait
they-
till everything's dealt with.
What did Kanan look like?
What can what?
What did Kanan look like? The guy that you met up with?
Bloody tooth. I'll tell you that much.
Bloody too.
Pretty fuzzy, honestly. Like, I'd love to see Oshin arm wrestle him. That kind of
wanna see
vibe.
that.
Rose's asking if I think Rose's asking if he's his type.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Damn, I guess it should have gone. Oh well.
Well, you know where to find him. And you'll be seeing him plenty once we're getting the business stacked up.
I'm sure.
All right, that's pretty much all my business for the day. When can we get started on that Tuesday?
The Tuzid. I love that so much.
What? Well, you know, maybe that's what we could wish for. You wish for me to be able to turn back and forth, so you can make a Tuzid, and then I turn back into a dragon. There you go. There's your wish. If you really want it so bad.
I mean, I want a second visit, but your choice.
I don't care either way, but that's the only way you're getting to choose it right now.
If you went back to Kobold form, how long would it take to get dragon again?
6 days.
Okay, do you need to be a dragon for the next week?
Yeah.
'Cause, when you look around, like, I don't really see anything that you're fighting as a dragon.
Why do I have to be a dragon just to fight? So stereotypical.
Oh, I'm sorry. In that case, I mean, who else are we making a copy of?
I mean, we can
Well,
do
maybe we maybe we
unless
can
you mean-
discuss this on the way to the World Eaters.
Is that where we're going right now?
That's where we're going in 2 days' time.
So, that's trying to think how to word this. We're not planning to go anywhere else instead.
I mean, I'm all ears if you wanted to go somewhere.
What, you know,
Somewhere
the
you wanna
plan, wink, wink.
All right, maybe let's just head back to the consortium or the ship or something, hang out for a little bit. If people want to do evening plans, whatever. But maybe we should go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's. I was referring to what Bruzid was winking about.
Yeah, Ruzid. Stop.
What?
Nobody can hear him wink.
Sorry, Ruzid.
What
Stop.
winking about though?
No,
didn't say
I'm
wink.
not gonna stop because you told me to.
Okay, don't stop.
You have something in your
Yeah.
eye? Is it windy up there?
You know what? Yes, it is.
Alright, let's go break the night in. Let's go see a show.
Okay. You want to go see a show?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not going to see a show. I'm learning how to freaking make a mage hand. I'm sick and tired of not being able to pick up stuff properly.
I guess really we have a giant dragon, so we'd be looking for like a drive-in movie.
I am the show.
Good. Well, yeah.
He broadcast the movie on his flank.
The show is the show's just watching Ruse and trying to do magic.
That would be an experience.
All right. So, you guys go back to the ship, or where are we going?
I believe that's what
I'd
I
vote-
did.
I'd vote we go kill time at the ship. We could
Okay.
even consider it the passage of a day if no one has anything to do.
Cool.
Right, as in like anywhere to go particularly.
All right. So, I'm not hearing any opposition to that. So, you guys will go to the ship and spend the rest of the evening there and can gain the benefits of a long rest as the next morning dawns.
Wahoo.
Can I do a check?
I want
Because
to-
I'm gonna be. I assume there's some free time to practice before
Yes, sir.
we sleep, or is it or is it late in the night?
That's fine.
I guess I'll do like an Arcana check. I assume Oshin's giving me some pointers or something.
Yeah, I can give you help.
That'd be help that might provide advantage.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay. I believe my intelligence is a +4. This is an intelligence of 18. 14.
Okay. So, you got some progress.
Nice.
While I'm teaching him to do that, or helping him with that, I guess, can I also... I won't roll because I assume it'll just fail, but I want to work on trying to, like, cast something or maintain concentration and then going into a rage. But I'll just fail that, so it's
Okay. Valid. Cool.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to do some sword drills. I haven't done any since I got resurrected, and I'm basically trying to find out if my new body still has the same injury that my old one did from the surgery.
Ooh. Your new body does not have that injury.
Ooh.
In that case, as I get the full range of motion back, I'm going to start showing off a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Well, Oshin, maybe I'll be able to read a book in the next few days or something without fear of breaking it in half by accident.
I hope so. You should try one of these books Bryn wrote. I haven't read them, but I heard they're great.
Is it the one with all the tales in it?
I haven't read it, but that's what I've heard.
Oh, I already read that one. Well, not all. Well, I don't know if I read all 14, but I read some of them. I read the favorites, the good, the hits. You know, the ones I like.
Hits. The hits, he says.
I take Death Talon for a run.
Okay. You take him out for a run.
No.
So,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're gonna go try to murder some small things on the just like outside the
Jesus
city, or
Christ.
if there's a public park or something.
Gonna go reel in the rat population.
For real, like there's a sewer, right? Let's go murder shit.
Okay. So Death Talon and Tati have a montage as they go into the sewer and kill a whole bunch of rungs and kobolds.
Come on.
They attacked first.
For the record, I have established in multiple campaigns that that's what's in the sewers down here in Nausea.
They didn't let us talk. They just started attacking. So we
You know, I
attacked
think
back.
I have a cousin down there.
What was his
Not
name?
anymore.
I'm trying to think of a pun involving being slashed to death by a bird. But, you know, blank mind.
Prayer.
Prayer. I think that was it. Prayer. That's definitely what he was doing going out.
Understood. All right. So, as you guys reconvene in the afternoon aboard your ship, is there anything you guys are doing this second day?
Can I borrow the Stone of Chronicles? I want to look into it for things on Sagaeos.
Go for it.
As you say that, you're going to hear a voice from behind you. Can I look?
Yeah. Could you show up in front of us and not behind us? I'm begging you.
Well, I've got to remain in style, you understand? So, it's been a while. How are
Too
you
long,
doing?
Not long enough, others say.
How's it going with your endeavors to get the world eaters over towards Sagaeos? I understand you have a meeting with them. A friend of mine told me.
I imagine you know most things at this point. So, what do you really want?
I'd like you to get rolling, after all. Time is important. Sagaeos is close to finding something that I want. And I don't want him to find it. That's all.
Is this the thing that you asked us to search for you after this little
Oh,
endeavor?
no. That's something different. We agreed on you and I sharing that experience.
Of course.
You're still
I mean-
amicable for that, aren't you?
Hey, we made a deal. We had no interest in breaking it. We,
Excellent.
as we talked about, have at least some joint interests.
Of course. So, this is a nice ship. It's a pity that it's not even moving or doesn't have any supplies on board yet.
We have the time we're supposed to be meeting up with the world eaters.
Well. Do you trust this new Saphira? What do you know of MKL and whatever they're doing to this beautiful woman?
I mean, do I trust anyone in the party? Everyone could have things that are going on behind the backs. I don't always know what's going on, but I mean, I've trusted them to guard me. They've trusted me to guard them, and at this point, I think that's all we really can do. So I'd say, yeah, I trust Saphira.
How do you feel, Saphira, as she strides over towards you?
Very well. A little bit better now.
Little bit.
I'm shining a little brighter.
Care for a spar?
Or would be my honor.
Oh. You take the first swing. And she opens her arms broadly for you.
Saphira, you know what's going to happen.
You don't
This feels
see any
like a trap.
weapons. She is awaiting your strike, Saphira.
I will take steady aim and with a flourish, slash.
Okay. And with a 29, she smiles and ducks. Oh. It may be new, but maybe it's a little rusty. It's a
Just warmed up a little bit.
Of course. Well, at least now I understand where you stand. May I make my turn?
Absolutely, if you can get through me defenses. And she starts twirling her blade around, getting ready for the strike.
She holds her hands outwards to the sides, palms up. She takes a step forward to you. Slowly, you can predict every motion she makes. She gets closer to you, very close to you. If you continue swinging, you're going to hit her. She's going to take another step towards you. Will you strike her, or will you allow her to get closer?
I'm going to... Let's find out. No, we'll strike.
Okay.
We are still dueling after all.
Sure.
So she is very distracted.
She's very distracted as this woman kisses you on the cheek. She withdraws. I win. And she turns with a one step, a twist, exposing her back to you. She's going to withdraw from you, and if should you choose to, you can take an opportunity attack.
I won't, but I'll say, if you want me to convince you that I'm still trustworthy, you know where to find me.
She looks over her shoulder at you and gives you a wry grin. Really? Maybe I'm the one that just got defeated. Well played. Now, my wordsmith, Mr. Gemflower. Always suspicious of everything I do. Aren't you?
It's my job to keep this lovely group of people alive. I need to be suspicious of everybody. Besides,
Understandable.
you know how Saphira is.
She smiles. I'd like to learn more.
What do you mean by that?
You know exactly what you mean by that. What I mean by that, Saphira. Some days I think you're trying to get killed.
Every day
She gestures at Raphinus's legs and just goes her hands up.
Oh, there's no convincing you, is there?
I'd like to learn more about Saphira. Could you arrange that, Bryn, or do I talk to her?
She can handle that herself, I'm sure.
No, her schedule's booked up.
Wait, when did you become Saphira's manager?
Well,
I'm saying I'm not. That's the point.
No, Saizen.
Listen, I'm just trying to keep people alive. As far as I'm concerned, all of our schedules are booked up except for when we owe her the favor.
oh, that's a shame. All work and no play. Yes, listen to your friend. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You don't want to be Jack.
The core's not going to calm itself.
My
Wait,
man.
Speaking of play, do you know if I'll be able to hang out with your dragon friends when they're not trying to kill us? Is that an option?
Maybe. It depends on our relationship. Do you like me, Ruzin?
Not particularly.
Would you consider us friends?
Not particularly. I'd say we know each other and we have mutually beneficial agreements right now.
Of course. Well, in that case, I don't feel like until we're friends, I'm going to let you hang out with mine. I think that it's important that I protect them from people who don't consider me to be their friend.
Yeah, that's fair.
After all, last time you did try to kill them.
They tried to kill me first. Don't pull that shit.
She smiles. Mutual assured destruction, I'm sure. So,
You started it.
who cares who started it? It's over and past. Let bygones be bygones. We're working together now.
Didn't say we weren't.
I'm glad.
You'll excuse us if the past interaction we had is not something we're going to forget. What's the saying? Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names.
Oh, such a cynic. You'll be miserable if you go through life like this, Bryn. Live and love, forgive and forget. That's how Tati operates, except she doesn't forget. Right, Tati?
Forgive and remember is the saying that Bryn just quoted.
I don't
There you go.
agree. But to each their own. The Rendaja family is well known to me. Did you know your cousin has gone missing?
I mean, some of them. Which one?
Merlot Rendaja. I saw him at a bar, and he went westward into Shu. I heard a rumor that he's a slave being tortured by the women there. I could look in on it if you'd like.
No, I think Merlot can handle it.
Oh, your faith in your family is so cute. Well, I can't just talk to these people. Who is this magnificent animal? And she's going to walk up to Oshin and not touch, but hover near your hair.
You know what? Well said.
I'm just gonna stare without responding back at like Tati and Ruzid, whether or not I should engage in the conversation.
I need to invent a spell called Dispel Horniness or something. Good lord, you guys are
Just draw weapons. Just draw weapons and behead her. This whole thing will be over.
2 nods down means stop being horny.
There's
I
one
have
spell
a
for it, but you
tiefling,
can't.
a minotaur, and a half dragon in the party. Well, I don't know what you're expecting here.
I
All
certainly
horns.
couldn't have nodded any other direction for that.
Sorry, repeat that.
He said that the stop being horny sign is to nod downwards. And
Oh,
I
yes.
asked if feel like we should look anywhere else for that, but
Okay. So, what's your name, big, tall, smart, and handsome?
that's Ruzid.
Oh, Rusin and I are acquaintances, but I was talking about you with the magnificent hair.
I'm Oshin.
Nice to make your acquaintance, Oshin. She steps back and holds out her hand for a handshake.
I'll like grab her hand and kiss it.
Okay. Such a gentleman. Tati, you've been keeping all these magnificent men to yourself.
Yep.
Well, you can have them.
That's. Yep, I did. Please stop touching.
Oh, I didn't touch. I wouldn't
I saw
dare
you.
to presume. Oh, but nice to make your acquaintance, Oshin. You're quite the gentleman. I love meeting someone who has manners, unlike some of the sewer-born races.
You just call me sewer-born?
We attack her yet? Someone's gonna. Maybe should I nod? I'll do the nod.
I mean, I would love to attack her, but I'm pretty sure that's an astral projection.
We have business. We have business with her.
Well, she's not doing business. She's talking and
She's-
being rude.
Yeah, she's being annoying.
Maybe we all just start spitting at her shoes. She'll go away.
I think we should hear her out. You know, perhaps.
Here, you're still staring at her thighs.
I'd be happy to hear her out if she had something useful to
They're-
fucking say.
Practically glowing in daylight, though. So I mean,
I do have
Fair.
something to say.
Okay, then say it.
There's a hurricane north of Ryport.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad. You could have led with that.
But
weatherman now?
why dispense with greetings. After all, we're still getting to know each other, Sayson.
That's kind of what I'm afraid of.
Oh. Me? Little old me, as opposed to a hurricane?
Yes.
Oh.
Is this a natural hurricane?
Well, I assume so. Is there another kind?
Yeah, a man-made one.
Summoned by a dragon, perhaps?
A necromantic hurricane?
I'm not sure if... I'm not sure...
No, those are real. We got hit with one.
What about
Probably,
a
yeah.
Sharknado?
It could be a
that's real.
Sharknado.
Sharktopus is my
ocean.
preferred thing, just saying.
Clocktopus is still the best one.
Croctopus? Croctopus is pretty good, too.
Clocktopus
Oh,
is the one
Clocktopus.
that
Yeah.
we met.
Yeah,
I
Cloctopus.
prefer just the Meg.
The Meg was good. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to let you know because it's currently about to hit Ryport, and I wouldn't want it to mess up our plans.
So you
Neither
think we
would
should
we.
get moving?
I am.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think the odds are this actually works, even with the might we have assembled? What are the odds Sageos is even there at this point?
She looks at you and is suddenly serious. All coyness is gone. You've called her bluff. He's there. And he will be there. He will be there when we need him to be. He's dealing with one of the spirits of Ostrea. Shalon, the spirit of motion, is free. I believe the hurricane is her doing.
And does she need help? Is she working with him? Is that another enemy we should consider we're fighting?
I'm unsure. The last person I tried to talk to about this told me to go away, and so I wasn't able to discuss it with them at all. They didn't want to talk to me. Apparently something about being competition. Whatever. Sageos will be there. I will make sure that he's there on Shrona. As far as the lair itself, it's full of traps and tricks. Puzzles for the mind and for the body. It won't be easy. The number of people you bring will simply make it more complicated. Be careful. I don't know what the answers are. I just know that Sageos is intelligent and not to be trifled with, especially in his lair. But I will tempt him to be there when you arrive.
Good.
At least that's one thing off the list.
Is there anything else that I can help with? After all, I have informants all over.
Yeah, you want to get to know us better, right? You seem to be...
I'd like to get to know... And she looks over at Saphira and smiles. Some of you
Really,
very
sir?
well.
Prove it. What's your second favorite color?
She looks at you. If I tell you, will you tell me yours?
Sure.
My second favorite color is red.
Hey, that's my second favorite color.
Her first favorite is not that green.
Oh, god damn it.
My second favorite...
I think her favorite is it's blue, like this dark ocean blue. You know,
I'll be honest, that red threw me off. I kind of...
sapphire.
Yeah, I thought it was a given. Alright, lady. Mine is silver.
Ooh. Then, combined, you and I get along very well. Do you mind if I try to guess your favorite color?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
It's gold, isn't it?
No, it's like a coin looks down. It's like a yellowish bronze, but like shinier, like a tint of orange.
Could you show us an
A
example?
really bright coin produces a coin
Yep.
of nondescript material.
Metallic makeup.
His hand is covering anything that would indicate what type of coin it is. And he says it sort of looks like this, but like it's like this is obviously not the color, right? But it's probably the closest you could get.
Ooh.
But it was a good guess. Honestly, you know, I'm impressed.
Would you like to trade? Because I think I have one that matches. And she pulls out a slightly tarnished gold coin.
Oh boy, you know that's my favorite color right there. And you know, I think I'll do the trade.
She will trade you 1 gold for 1 gold.
What a trade.
Boy, what a sucker! Am I right, guys? He puts it in his pocket.
Well,
I don't even know why Coin would lie about that. I just feel like he wouldn't want her to be right.
right. Of course not. That's legitimately in character, and it's a decision that the player wouldn't make, but the character absolutely would. Just being a,
She's
you know, rebellious individual.
Gotta keep her on her
she's an
toes.
astral projection. She couldn't have give Coin a coin, so we can definitely behead her now.
True.
Coin
She's really
figured it out.
slipped up.
Well,
Four-dimensional chess.
a pleasure doing business with you, Sea Toad Coin, as always. Have a wonderful time. Stay safe in the hurricane. After all, we wouldn't want any of you to wash overboard. I need all of you at Segeos' lair.
I'll be fine overboard. Don't know about the others though.
Oh, you do know that when the storms hit, there's monsters in the waves. Be
When
cautious.
has monsters ever scared me?
She smiles. I love how brave you are.
I'm the monster.
She smiles. Take care of him, please. And she'll walk towards Sason and step behind him, disappearing into his shadow.
That was so unnecessary. Once again.
What if she's still in there?
Is
Quick,
she still there?
jump in the ocean.
Say will whirl around real quick just to check.
She is not there.
Coin. The coin, the gold piece she gave you.
Get rid of that. Yeah, we're not keeping that thing.
This? I mean, sure. He tosses it to Bryn.
Bryn is going to take it and use the wand of Identify to cast Identify on
I'm so glad you were on top of this.
Awesome.
it.
It has an arcane mark on the coin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Does the Identify spell tell me anything about any spells affecting the item and what they are?
That is
or
the
if it
spell.
was created by a spell?
That is the spell.
The spell is that it has an arcane mark on it.
Indeed. It's just arcane mark.
The mark have a specific shape or form, or
It's a letter R.
okay. You know, it's technically illegal to deface money, but
Hey,
I
Coin,
won't
I'll buy that for you for 1 gold piece.
two gold pieces.
Really? Fine.
I'll give
This was an investment. I didn't buy it just to.
Three
I got-
gold pieces.
You're not even in there.
Listen, says
I've
the
been
cost of
buying.
living has gone up in the last 20 seconds.
20!
Don't blame me. Blame inflation.
I bid 13.
You
13.
bid lower!
It's going to 13. We have 13 on the board. Are we going once?
Just
Going
went
twice?
down. I
13.
bid it
Anybody
twice.
else?
25.
20. 25. We got a
30.
25 from Saphira in the
I'll give
front.
it to Spear. I don't want to know what Spear's going to do with it.
25. Going once. Going twice. Anybody?
30 gold
25.
pieces. 30
30.
gold pieces.
We got a 30 on the board for the decrepit. Oh, 31. We have a
Can I
31
try
for
and
the
grab it from the
arcane mark.
can?
I add 10 to Spear's bid.
Bryn is still holding it. It's,
Yeah, Coin's not even holding it.
I'm going to try and grab it from your hands.
Okay.
31. We had a
Anyway,
31 for the
suckers,
arcane mark.
yeah.
Gold piece.
Criminals on the boat.
Well,
Breaking
while
the.
everybody else is yelling about it, I'm gonna give it to Jason.
I'm going to chuck it in the water.
Thank
Oh,
you.
40, we got 40.
I,
Jumps into the
I
water.
will dive into the water.
Come on.
I am not diving into
Roll
the
for
water
40 to Saphira.
if she can fetch it back.
All right, so I need to, for whoever's going to get this, we're going to start with initiative. Who dives in first?
I guess we'll find it. Saphira, certainly, because I rolled a
Saphira
D8.
announced it first, so I'd say she did.
All right, so Saphira
Yeah.
dives in first, easily. For some reason, it's set to whisper GM on your rolls.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a monster stat block.
Yeah,
so
just change that up at the red die up the top left there.
I don't know how to do that when in Beyond 20 when it's a monster stat block.
Click on the red die where it's got the white letter B, and in there it's going to have a thing that
okay,
says Never
found it.
Whisper. Yep, change Never Whisper. That's it.
Never whisper.
Yep.
Well, it says the monster rolls. He
Right.
said as always whisper monster rolls. Okay.
Yep, that's it. All right, Saphira, as you jump into the water, I need a perception check. The DC for this is a 14 to see the gold coin.
My best, so we'll see.
It's a new
Fail.
Saphira. It's a new Saphira.
There we go.
You see the gold coin and you're able to collect it before Bruising comes down. Now the question is, can you swim?
I believe I. Oh yeah, I've got the
The ring.
Yes, the ring of swimming. So yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys are able to return to the surface with Saphira holding the gold coin.
Rizzy gets back up on the ship and just like shakes water everywhere on everyone.
Are we all happy about this? Does everyone feel good?
That's so 40 to
Congratulations.
Saphira.
Coin puts his hand out to Saphira.
Oh, actually, I did bid 50. I don't think you heard me very well, but
Sold for 50, no takebacks.
there you go. Didn't feel
Yeah, I
like
was just
it
kind of pumping up the price because I wanted Saphira to pay more.
It worked.
Some things are worth more than their weight or their value in gold.
I like how our party just gets progressively easier and easier to scry on as we get more and more.
We're practically like hoarding scry objects at this point.
Okay, so raise your hand if you
Also
have an
known
item
as
that's
advertising.
perpetually being scryed on. I've got a hat. You probably have that coin. Taki, I think you have the sword now.
What sword? Oh. Is the sword related to being scried?
Is it, or is that a different sword?
That's Saphira's sword.
That's the other one.
Oh, it's the other. Okay, so Saphira, you have two things.
I mean,
Her renown
what's the
only
worst that
increases.
could possibly happen? I mean,
You were just kidnapped by a blood god like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but that
and
won't
she
happen
has-
again.
She has come. We have talked to her how many times, and she's never even once attempted to kidnap me. Besides, she's helped us out. She just gave us a warning about the hurricane. She didn't even ask for anything in return.
Why do you sound hopeful about her kidnapping you?
To be fair, Sizen, for all we know, she's kidnapped less people than you have.
Okay, first of all, that's a low blow. I like to think of it as rescuing, and I'm pretty sure Jerome does too,
Okay.
hopefully now.
You asked him, when was the last you spoke to him?
It's been like 2 days. No, actually, I guess at this point 3 or 4, but, you know.
I'd like to hop off the boat and go get some I guess like repair supplies.
Sure.
Like
Lumber,
right.
some pitch, etc.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
plan to stock up and leave this evening, I think. Shall we? Can we see if we've gotten a crew prepared? And
The crew will have arrived. They will have brought your supplies for the trip. Zuchona provides that as part of being members of the consortium in good standing and good business people.
Oh, and you forgot to hire a druid. We were supposed to hire a druid as part of the crew.
We really need a druid that badly?
I don't know. Didn't we say we wanted one for that like experiment or whatever?
Let's just give one of these guys 10 gold and tell him to become a druid. Like, he'll dedicate the next month to becoming one.
That'll take too long.
Mm. If you want a druid, you go walk over to the consortium and get one yourself.
No.
Never
No.
heard. Damn, that was cold. I respect it.
No, I had to crane my neck in that consortium at least like 3 times a day. If I do it a 4th time, I'm just gonna start breaking things. Like, and not because of an accident, just because I want to.
I don't. What are the chances we find a druid in this town to begin with? Like,
What do you mean, what are the chances? I'm sure the druids are like dime a dozen. There's probably like 20 of them in this town at least.
okay, but one that's willing to drop everything and go on a month-long voyage with about 2 hours' notice.
I'm sure there's at least one druid who'd be like, ooh, I get to hang out with a dragon and go on an adventure? Sign me up.
Our party is full of animals. They would probably love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you're not wrong. You really want a druid like that bad?
I don't need one.
No,
but
I was just reminding you because you forgot. Because I remember it was mentioned to you.
Alright, I'm gonna add that on my list of very important things.
I bet if I studied to be a druid while we sailed, I could earn twice as much as I do now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, what?
Well, because I'll be both a cleric and a druid if I study to be a druid, and then I should earn twice as much as I do now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're working two jobs?
She'll get double
On
her
the ship, yeah.
Technically, Tati, I believe you'd also make triple the amount, right?
Why?
Because you're making nothing.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Coin pays me very fairly in experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
experience doesn't stack, sorry.
It doesn't even. Oh well, forget it. I'm not studying to be a druid then. That looked boring.
God damn it, Coin. Why do you always have to fuck things up?
It's like, no one has told me yet why we even need a druid, just that we need a druid.
I thought we
I
just
thought it
wanted
was
someone
cool.
that could turn into cute animals.
Yeah, I thought it was like a thought experiment where they turn into like a bear and then we try to make a simulacrum and then Bryn was like, I don't know if the bear's gonna be a druid or a bear when you make the simulacrum.
Or a druid bear.
Or a druid bear.
You want a science experiment. You want to go find a druid who is going to sign up for a month-long voyage as a science experiment.
It would
on
only
the
take
notice-
12 hours. It would be like 5% of the voyage. The
And
rest
he'd
they can
be
do
getting
whatever they
plenty of
want.
experience.
Yeah,
Make
they
sure
get a
he's
lot-
level
that
2 so he can wild shape. We don't want a level 1 druid.
All right, you know what? If
With
it
someone
stops
that's made
this
it to the 1
conversation,
or 2 class.
I'm going to go find a druid. Coin hops off the boat.
I hope he just comes back with like a newt.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry, guys. I found us a druid.
Found it.
Put it in the bucket and don't let it get out.
Coin's going to do a perception check for the nearest critter.
Ruzit accidentally steps on it.
The nearest critter is probably a barnacle on the dock.
Okay, well, let's
Oh,
get
man.
something a bit cuter than a barnacle.
Okay, something cuter than a barnacle.
Like
There's a
lizard or
seagull.
salamander.
The seagull.
A sea-
You set the bar pretty
Pelican?
low with
You
barnacle.
got seagull, pelican, fish.
Okay, let's narrow it down to something that won't fly away the second
Crab?
we put it on the ship.
You want a crab?
A fish.
A fish, a crab.
Crab, let's do a crab.
Okay.
Just gonna grab a crab.
You grab a crab. Awesome. You have a crab.
Coin walks back onto the ship and just drops a crab in the middle. Alright, I found a druid.
man.
Can they turn back into it being a druid?
No, it's sort of like it's a druid thing. He stays at full time. I guess it's like a meditation thing. His name's Flora.
Please spell that.
Alright.
I think it makes sense because Ruzid stays in his dragon shape as long as he can.
Laura.
But I'm also not a druid.
I just assumed people liked to be in their alternative shapes as much as possible.
I mean, I do, but I don't know. Is that a universal thing?
It doesn't look like the crab is having the most fun.
Do
I
you
don't
have
think it's-
alternative shapes, Tati?
I was a dragon once.
Oh wow.
What
I
the
had no
hell?
idea.
You didn't
And
tell
you've
me?
met a couple. We fought side by side.
Oh, wait. When was this? Was this like...
In the Cronenacrum, I
Oh, yeah,
absorbed the spirit of a dragon that
that. I
died
remember
with,
now. I remember
and then
now.
and possessed
I'm sorry.
dragon. It wasn't as impressive as your dragon, that's for sure.
No, it's
And
very impressive.
I mean, it was more impressive, I guess, than my cousin visiting. Those possessions happen pretty regularly, but they don't always seem as dramatic.
So is this
I
crab
did-
gonna turn back into a person anytime soon?
Why don't you ask him? He one snip for yes, two for no.
I'm pretty sure they can
We're
only
just looking
stay.
at the crab in anticipation.
The crab rotates in place and starts scuttling sideways towards Coin.
They
With
can
one
only
claw
stay in this
raised.
form
You'll
for a
get
few
Florence,
hours.
You'll get paid after the voyage.
So
It
just watch
stops.
Oh, he's listening.
Wait, maybe it is a druid.
Coin thinks nothing of it and just walks away.
The crab looks around and tries to find a nice spot to hide in, and will scuttle towards the side of the ship.
There's a bucket.
Is there a bucket on the deck?
Sure is.
Unfortunately, there is, and Coin's not in earshot to stop you.
Very well. The crab goes in the bucket. Closest water source.
Nobody say anything.
Sounds good to me.
It was probably part of their deal anyway.
Yeah. They're bunking together.
Okay,
All right. Let's break up. Let's get all the things we need for the trip, and we should probably get moving sooner rather than later, because honestly, I don't know how we're going to be able to withstand the full-on hurricane if we're stuck in the middle of it.
Well,
agreed.
I can cast control weather when we're going through it.
It's a great plan, but I'd still rather not be stuck in it all.
Well, how are we going to avoid it?
Well, what way is the storm
Like,
coming
yeah.
from?
Cutting out in front of it real fast.
I thought it was coming.
I'm assuming Rafina showed up because she was giving us heads up to leave now, was kind of the vibe she was giving, to avoid it. Not like, hey, you should leave now so you can get stuck in the storm.
Fair.
I mean, that would have been kind of funny if they were like, "You should leave now," and then we just sail into the storm.
How
Seems like
much
Rafina's
does
move.
How much does ship repair
that
stuff
he had us
cost?
blown away.
Not wrong.
But Taddy,
I was just wondering how much the ship repair stock costs. Lumber,
Oh.
canvas, nails, sticky stuff, rope, tools.
50 gold, 60 gold. Depends on how much you want to spend. The amount you spend is how much repair supplies you'd have.
How much would I need to spend to patch the flight wrist back together if it tries to break in half again?
Couple thousand gold.
I mean, I have a couple thousand gold, and a ship sometimes breaks in half.
We
Okay.
have a history of damaging them, I'll say that much.
it almost break in half. I mean, the
How
floors
much-
creak a lot when I walk on them.
I'm going to
Should look
enlist
into
the
that.
aid of anyone who can help me drag all this shit onto the ship.
Okay, the dock workers will help you out.
2,000 gold worth of repair our ship. Done.
Awesome.
I think Coin's gonna spend, we'll say, like 4,000 gold on herbs and ingredients for potions.
Okay, so you get
Bring
those
that.
from Farboiler's Honey Hole. Got it?
Yep. And it'll bring us up to a bit over 5,000.
Yep. They don't have much left after you buy them out.
Yeah.
Quick run to the Temple of Imkel. I gotta deliver a note to my
Okay.
cousin that says, "Hey, I heard a rumor that Merlot got picked up as a slave in Shu. I'm headed in the opposite direction. Maybe somebody could check on him."
Okay. And who's this being sent
And
to?
let me send it to. I can't send it to my aunt because she'll overreact.
Right.
I can't send it to my mom because then she'll make me come home.
Right.
Let's do.
He's too young.
My baby brother.
Your brother's way too young to do that.
Well, fuck.
Because all he's going to do is he's going to hand it to mom.
Does Merlot have a sister or a brother?
Does Merlot have a sister? Kyle.
He does. He does. I can pull up his character sheet. I know he has siblings, so I'm pretty sure that he has.
Let me go get
One
his
of my
reference.
cousins.
One of the other
that is
cousins?
one of the other cousins most likely able to know where Merlot's up. Merlot's
Oh,
at and
I said he
dispatch
had
somebody.
4 siblings. So
All right.
I didn't name them, but
Awesome. Well, we're going to send this to one of his siblings. Tati, what's the name of the sibling we're sending this to?
Cousin Rena.
Cousin Rena. R-E-N-A, R-I-N-A, A-H?
Renah.
Gotcha. Because Dave's not here to complain, right?
XYZ.
All right. R-E-E-N-A-H. Gotcha.
Sure. Who is hopefully of an age and inclination to pass along some help if she can organize it.
Okay. As a question for Kyle, then, is Merlot, is Rena one of these capable people or not?
yeah, she is. I would say that given what Merlot's like, it would be concerning if he's not the most incapable of his siblings.
Awesome. Cool. That's all I need.
What a way to put it.
Terrible.
That may come in handy this coming Sunday. Just saying.
I feel like Rena's gonna get this letter and just be like, "Yep, thought so."
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. We'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I'll need to talk to Kyle. All right. So, you send off the message at the Temple of Imkale. They will take the message and get it sent off. What else would you guys like to do?
That's pretty
So,
much.
I remember when Rapidus mentioned a spirit named Shalom. Did we know about that one? Obviously, we interacted with Calm and Kashana, but did we know there was were more than two?
I don't remember that one. We met those two. We met some elementals. I don't think we learned about her.
Not ringing a bell.
She's the movement. That's what she said.
Spirit of motion?
Apparently.
Bet she puts on a good dance party.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say that.
I'm sorry for being obvious.
Well, honestly, I think we should just get everything and start moving with the ship. We can do some research with like the Stone of Chronicles. We can message people if we want, but I do think we should get moving unless it's something we need to do here.
I'm gonna.
Agreed. Let's send the ship off, and then we can.
Hold on,
attend
hold
to any
on.
other
Wait,
business we
where's
have.
Coin going? He's hopping off the ship.
Well, this is just a technicality. I'm making sure we have enough rations to handle like the whole crew for a month.
They do.
Okay, it's not a super important thing.
You asked Zutono to equip them and get ready to go, so he's invested in you guys.
Perfect. Coin hops back onto the ship, and he's ready.
So I heard that some people are getting off the ship and some people are getting on the ship. Are you guys going to be going by ship?
I think we should stick with the ship, especially if there's going to be potential monsters attacking it. I don't think this crew is prepared to keep it safe.
Well, we can discuss this right now. I was thinking the plan was we're going to take the ship to ride with the vessel, but we just won't be tethered to the ship. We can leave it as we please, but it's going to be following us to Gaeos. If not,
Yeah, I think we need to go get it to the World Eaters, because once it's there, it can just ride with them and be safe. But until then, I think we should escort it.
that I agree with.
If it were to sail up to the World Eaters without us explaining what we were trying to do with it, they might just take it and say, "Oh, we had no idea it was your ship." Well, it's ours now.
Good thinking. Yeah, good point.
That's what I would do.
Remind me to never send you a ship of friends.
Well, hang on. Wouldn't they recognize our ship?
Yeah, but they're the world leaders. They don't give
They're
a shit.
pirates, though. They're
But
the world.
technically, they wouldn't, because we have changed how the ship looks since they last saw it.
Yeah, we painted it. We got a new figurehead. It's good just to go get in touch with them, make sure we're all on the same page. And again, if there's a big storm and monsters, I think we should be with the ship.
I also-
I love picking fights with people, but I do not think we want to pick a fight with the world leaders. Not right now.
Yeah. I don't see a benefit to leaving the ship and teleporting there. I mean, there's not a big benefit to bringing the ship either, but it would seem strange to me to leave our ship in case at some point we need to break off from the. Because we can ride up to Sagaeos in someone else's ship, but I was kind of assuming we were going to move separate during the actual raid, and we're gonna need a ship to actually pull up. Why not use our own?
So it kind of, you're right. It kind of, if Oshin is willing, we could basically teleport on and off the ship once a day. So yeah, we could have, if Oshin is willing, he could make a trip to Nausha and a trip back to the ship each day, and people could basically come and go as they pleased.
Yeah, I like the idea of just coming and going.
I agree, but again, I think let's just get the ship to the World Eaters first, because then I feel like we can come and go and not care about safety, since they'll be able to take care of it.
Okay. I think that's a good plan. And now that we leveled up, I can cast teleport 3 times, so that I can definitely spare 2 to get us back and forth.
Nice.
Where we want to go.
I wanted to ask you about this. I have not committed to a 7th level spell slot yet, because I'm not sure how useful any of them are for me. There's only like 5 or 6 spells, and some of them are just like, I don't think I'm ever going to use them. I'm trying Scatter as my new 6th level spell, and I'm not sure what my new spell is going to be. But so because like you can already teleport, and I'm not sure how useful it is to have another party member that has teleport. I could try reverse gravity because it worked to like moderate success the time I pulled it out of the hat. There's a ton of new spells that I'm not sure if they're homebrew or like new content. Like there's something called Charnel Banquet.
Yeah, I need to turn those off for you guys. There's a new book that came out that they added to the content called Book of Even Tides, and it is just chock full of broken content.
You can always look on 5e tools to get a better list.
I will turn it off for you guys. It'll be fixed here in a moment.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks. Because there's like a bunch of new spells I hadn't even looked at, and but like as far as 7th level spells go, like I can get like Finger of Death, which is not useful. I don't think is going to be that good. I can have Plane Shift. I'm not sure if we're ever going to use that. I'm not sure how useful Power Word Pain is. or prismatic spray. I have a scroll of prismatic spray from like a dungeon we did at level 4 that I used once in a battle royale. Anyway, so I was thinking of taking teleport as well, but I haven't committed to it because honestly, I'm not thrilled about. I might just take True Seeing again and have Scatter be my new spell. So yeah, it's
You could use plane
something to
shift
think about.
because you could use plane shift as an offense to get creatures away.
Baker back.
Just
Or
like
that.
banishment.
Yeah, because you can
I
actually
think,
banish
honestly,
bullying creatures with plane shift.
I think I'd rather just learn banishment. That's another option. Is I could just take a lower level spell that's really good. Like I could learn actual banishment, or even like hold person or hold monster. Maybe I should take hold monster.
It is your choice there, but keep in mind some of us do have these spells already, so doubling up like not always bad, but also it is good to have some variety. Like
Yeah.
I have both banishment and hold monster as well. Like yes, I have less spell slots for sure, but our save DC isn't actually that different when it comes to these spells.
You could
Yeah,
roll the die,
I'm thinking about it.
choose whatever it lands on, and then commit to casting it every day.
Oh, burning hands, man!
Could be fun.
Anyway, yeah, I might just take teleport too for the convenience.
I think that'd be helpful because then, even on this trip, if we each just cast it once, if we run into anything, at least one of us isn't down like 2 high slots.
We'll be using it. Like, however many teleports we have, I could honestly see us burning them all.
Well, should we start the voyage? I mean, if we're taking the ship, at least to the meet with the world leaders first, no matter what.
One
I'll
gives the
anchor.
thumbs up.
Hero will step to the bow of the ship, raise her cutlass to the sky, and shout, "Avast!"
And then you remember that you're the one who has to drive the ship.
She will hold her pose for a few seconds, wait till everyone starts getting to their duties, and then
For what it's worth, this crew does respect Saphira, and I would imagine a lot of them would start moving into gear after hearing her.
Okay.
Like the hired crew.
I would move into gear after.
Coin standing still, to be clear, but everyone else.
Raphinus would move into gear hearing her as well.
Ooh.
Good thing she fell into a shadow and then jumped off the ship.
All right.
Yeah, she's gone.
So,
I can
Saphira,
imagine being really stealthy and just constantly behind me wherever I go.
That's why I said you gotta get in the water.
Saphira, can I
It'll
get
one
your
counter.
water vehicles check, sir?
Can I help? Oh, we're fine.
Don't forget, this ship is so much harder.
That's what. Never mind.
Who said it?
Huh?
Someone said
I don't think I've heard that one. No.
it.
It's a new
That's the Tuesday group. Sorry, guys. Bad habits. Carry from one session to the next. For those who haven't watched the Awesome Blossoms, that's what Calatrix said.
one.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. As this ship is so much harder, you guys can set sail away from Nausea, departing out into the sea.
I love the flying frog and the skull with the fire.
Been a while since we've really been sailing on this thing. Honestly.
It feels like home.
Cool
No.
breeze.
Stay away.
It always feels like home when I'm around you guys. Doesn't matter if I'm on the ship or not.
Here.
Same.
that's sweet.
How fast can we go on this ship now? It's a much bigger ship. What's top speed?
Let's
Vera?
find out.
I would like
That
to
is so
assist
cool.
Vera with going top speed.
All right.
Let's find out. The ship just calmly sails forward.
There's no wind right now.
What is it?
There's a nice breeze.
Get as much-
If you guys
Really,
desire
get behind
to,
and put-
you can try to find out. Saphira?
Oh, she already
We're
rolled.
gonna try to find out.
Okay,
I'm also helping.
awesome.
Need to roll another water vehicles check.
Before you do, I'm going to ask who all is helping find out how fast this ship can go.
Hired crew.
Okay? Hired crew will provide the help action.
Is it just the crew, or are we also helping?
That's up to you guys.
Coin's not. He's in the crow's nest.
I'll help. I want us to get there faster.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll help.
How
Let's
would you
avoid this
assist?
Storm.
I do have proficiency in water vehicles, so I assume there's some rigging or something I can start messing with to help us catch the wind better while she's sailing.
Okay. Cool. I'll give you +1.
I mean, unless she's good enough on her own, can help navigate, because with my actual, like, my racial feat, it says I have advantage on navigation checks.
Yep. Cool. So we'll give another +1. So that's +2 now, plus advantage. Does anyone else want to help?
I also have.
Someone should probably keep an eye out for rocks.
Isn't that what Coin's doing? I assume that's why he was up there.
Probably.
Kai, keep an eye
Probably.
out for rocks, please.
You'll find out.
All right.
I also have proficiency with water vehicles, but I think I can help by singing. I think I can lead the crew in singing, probably.
Please roll your
I will-
performance check.
Don't worry, I've got a mask for this.
You got a mask for this? Una máscara. What was it that Loco Lucha, right? That was an old Lucha Lucha.
Mucha Lucha?
Yeah,
What
dude.
a throwback. Oh, I love that.
Lucha Lucha was a great show.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Eric. I got you. Lucha.
I got a 23.
A 23. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and grant
Boy.
inspiration for this roll. You don't get inspiration in general, but for this roll, you will have inspiration should you choose to re-roll it.
I'll try. Ruben's gonna like kind of looking around, and he's like, "Man, maybe it'll work." And Ruben's gonna like get off the deck of the ship and try to like kind of nudge the back of the ship forward by just flapping his wings and pushing against it.
Very well. Cool.
Can
He's a
I
big dragon.
also-
Probably has
Yes,
some bolt.
Oshin?
I'm gonna cast. Oh, well, that was way larger than I expected.
Longest spell text of all time.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot like a strong gust of wind from behind us, but calm the air in front of us as we go,
Okay.
to help propel it faster.
Sure. Awesome. Cool. So, Saphira, this is going to be slightly more challenging, but your potential is higher. So, let's go ahead, and because you've got the assistance of the wind, we're going to roll 1d10. So, 5. You've got +2 from the rest of the crew. You have inspiration and advantage. So, let's roll your water vehicles check. How fast can we get this ship going?
Who's doing more support?
31 plus 7 is going to be 38
Oh boy.
miles an hour, which is really fast on a boat, guys.
It's like a motorboat.
Yo, why is the front lifting out of the water?
It's the flight rig.
Why do you think they call it the flight dress?
I'm getting tired back here. I might just get back on the ship.
All right. And then, do you wish to use your inspiration and try to roll higher?
Might as well. You're
The
gonna
only
lose
way
it
to roll
otherwise.
higher is a natural 20.
Yeah, but we're cooking right now.
I have to try it.
Okay.
We're cooking, yeah, it's a great point.
Think of the seed if it hits.
All right, against my better judgment,
Go ahead. No, you said it before you rolled.
I was gonna offer to give him a nat 20 with my walking stick of Zaru.
Oh yes.
But it looks like he got one anyway.
All right. So the ship lurches forward as fast as you possibly can go. You are traveling at 40 knots as a sailboat. This sailing vessel is hauling America's Cup be damned.
We're gonna get there early and have to wait for the World Eaters anyways. Like, what are
We're
we
going
spending
to avoid
time
that
on?
storm. We're going to dodge that
That's-
storm.
That's true.
Yep.
At this point, I think we're making the storm.
Yeah, you guys will travel at twice your normal speed.
Jeez.
And if you haven't been to the Broken Mug, they got quite the show there. Bryn, I think you like that show, right?
Oh man, I remember something about something about the dancers, but that was a long time ago.
Did you
It's
used to
been
be
too
one,
long.
Bryn?
What?
I said, was that what you did before sailing?
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
You remembered about the dancers there. I didn't know if that was like an old job.
Keep in mind, Oshin was not there when we
No.
went to the Broken Mug. He's
I know.
only heard you say that you remember it from a long time ago.
I remember there were dancers at the Broken Mug. I don't remember.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I was
remember
asking
what
if that
Bryn-
was your old job, being a dancer
No.
at the Broken.
No, it wasn't.
All right. So you guys will be at the Broken Mug tonight.
I am.
We did it.
Is there anything you guys want to do on the way?
Look for rocks. I don't think it matters though. We're just gonna go above them.
We're going to fly above them.
Also, Stone of Chronicles, both Sigeos and I guess Shalon.
Okay. So let's see here. Stone of Chronicles for which one first?
I'll go Sigeos first.
Ooh, Sageos. There are memories in the Stone of Chronicles about Sageos. And I'm going to try to portray these accurately and tell me if I get these wrong, okay? You're looking at the Stone of Chronicles, and it's going to recount memories to you. Ahead of you, you see a centaur girl dressed in all armor.
I know her.
You see Bryn, younger and less worried. You see Tati in a reflection of water. You're her point of view. You look around, you see Coin and Ruzid. You see a guy that you don't recognize. But he's kind. Fairly good looking. You remember garlic bread. You could really use some right now. It's been so long since you ate at a good restaurant. But this isn't the time to think about that. Up ahead, there's a construct. We just killed it. We've managed to infiltrate this entire place. And we hear the voice. Now it's time for you to be dealt with, little things. The centaur girl goes running forward, screams, runs back, and then casts a spell. A silver acorn appears, and you all are teleported back to the Longstreeters Consortium.
I feel like the only thing you missed out on was the intense amount of prayers as we did that roll.
Yes.
So many prayers.
Yeah.
Extra prayers.
That was all
So many
clear.
crazy rolls every time Crystal cast that spell. so many crazy rolls.
Indeed.
Out of curiosity, what spell?
She had to cast a spell to communicate to the Longstriders Consortium without Sageos noticing. And so, and we did it from his lair when he knew, like, he was sitting out around the corner from us.
Like within earshot.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And she has disadvantage on stealth checks.
And she's throwing this Hail Mary to the Longstriders Consortium that we don't actually have a membership to at this time, in the hopes that she can sweet talk a guy to come get us. Like,
I mean, clearly it seems to have worked.
it worked spectacularly. It should not have worked, and it worked.
Never
and it saved our
punished.
bacon.
Stay with me.
It was very good.
Yeah,
We
we're
were
like,
very,
hey,
very
we're
nervous.
freelancers. Will you drop 50K to save our lives, please? Pretty much what happened.
Which is why they joined up and are now kind of very loyal to the Longstriders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it checks out.
I didn't join.
No, but Coin did.
Your boss
I
did.
know.
And you work for Coin, so
This
by
is
proxy.
accurate
Did you
also.
really not join?
It's more like a contract.
Right.
I'm a contractor.
Subcontractor at that. All right, and then you go ahead and do you want to use the coin on Shalon?
I will. Yep.
All right. As you use the coin on Shalon, you are standing in the middle of a desert. Wind blowing at you. Your turban, the flap of it is flapping in the wind. The sand is tearing at your face. This is good. This is good. Shalon smiles upon you as your harvest, the mall you are chasing down, can't see. Thanks to the glasses that you've managed to find in that dune, you're able to see it when it can't see you. It's hunkered down, not 30 yards from you. You watch as the wind parts for a moment. A beautiful woman appears. You are awestruck. In fear, you fall off your mount and nearly drop to your knees. But that would be showing weakness. It would be turning yourself into one of the shamans. That's an honor that you dare not claim for yourself. The woman steps forward and smiles beautifully at you, and then with a whirlwind disappears. The sandstorm returns, and your prey sits before you, waiting for you to claim it as food. And that's the end. You return to the flight risk.
Yeah. At least I know what she probably looks like. I'll take it.
I think I can actually show you guys.
Oh, even better.
Let's see, do I still have that? I do still have that. One moment. Shalom. Here we go. Come on. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. This is the aspect of Shalom.
Oh.
Damn, he's sick. Huh. Well,
Spooky.
doesn't give me much in terms of whether she's good, evil, chaotic, or anything, but at least I'll be able to identify her, though probably wouldn't be able to do that anyway.
Enemy of Sageos is our friend.
Oh, we don't know if they're enemies. Rafina specifically said she didn't know if they were working together or not. She didn't know exactly what was happening with them. It seems like maybe he's trying to make an alliance, trying to take her over, trying to get something from her, something along those lines, but we just don't know what exactly.
Let's go ask.
I'm sure he'll be very receptive to our question.
No, don't ask him. I mean,
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna get any good information. Let's ask Shalone.
Listen, I mean, by all means, I don't personally know where she is. Last I saw in the stone 2 seconds ago, that was a desert. That's about all I got.
I know exactly where the desert is.
Sageos might answer your questions, but might not be honest or give you any useful information. Probably just mislead you.
Was it a desert with any landmarks?
Well, there was sand everywhere.
I bet Coin's patron.
Thanks, buddy. Maybe
would-
further than that, you know, in the distance.
Could have been an Arctic desert, alright?
Coin's
Okay.
Earth spirit or whatever might have an insight.
Coin's what?
Jaticom. You haven't met him, but big ground enjoyer. You know, he might know something.
Like that dragon.
Also, maybe once we get into Australia, we can take a look at the crystals for information.
Yeah, I mean, who better to ask than the land, honestly.
Am I still a wayfinder if I'm a dragon?
Depends on if your head's on the ground or not.
Probably.
Can you cast spells as a dragon?
I
Well,
keep
you don't even
trying.
need. It's not even a spell to do wayfinding. But logically, you could.
Yes.
Find out soon enough.
No, we will.
Right?
Are we docking for the night?
Do you guys want to dock, or do you want to wait out in the sea before arriving at the Broken Mug?
Anything on land to indicate we shouldn't dock? Is it like busy? You know, strangers there?
You
I
don't
would've
see a ship
assumed-
there.
Would have assumed it's empty. I'd say we dock then.
Awesome.
Let's do that.
Cool. So you
Slow down
guys,
to a reasonable speed.
cool. You're going to slow down to a reasonable speed to dock properly?
Yes, we are not. I am not risking running the ship aground.
Awesome.
You
Oh,
have to specify that.
Poor Spirit, you didn't see the cool move that the World Eaters did when they, at full speed,
Oh, it
unloaded.
was so cool.
I gotta. It's hard to
Yeah, it
explain,
was
but the ship was
so
going
cool,
this
Sakura.
fast.
Dude, they
You
pulled
should-
up and Malachi
Split.
flipped off of it onto our ship.
You
Thought they
should
were
And
keep
they
gonna
just
crash into us,
sped
I
up.
think.
They never even stopped. They just kept going.
Flyby. A sail
So-
by.
Cool.
But what I'm trying to say-
they pulled the Red Trinity maneuver.
Yes.
Maybe? I've never heard that term in my life.
Well,
Definitely. I thought
they teach us a
jumping-
history then.
jumping the ship was gonna be like the hardest trick we ever learned, but I think the World Eaters got some more tricks.
I have red spots. Does that make me part of the maneuver?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What do I have to do?
Grr.
Flip off the ship as we like slide to a not even stop, and then land on another ship.
I don't know if I can do that. I mean, maybe. but
Maybe you could
flipping-
just grab the ship as it's sliding and make sure it doesn't hit the.
I can do that.
Well, we do flips off.
I feel like if I'm doing flips off of the ship, I feel like I would break the ship in the process a little bit. Like, I know I have a big tail, might hit something. These are things you have to think about when you're 20 feet tall, okay?
I mean, I don't know. This ship is way bigger. I think it could withstand you pushing off. But let's not test it.
Remember, Coin, I'm not fat. I'm big and intimidating.
Sure, buddy.
You could be both.
But I'm
You
not.
break a grung scale. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe I should get weighed. How much do you think I weigh?
Well,
I,
you can still fly, but do you fly under magic, or do you actually have like an air sac system that lightens your bones?
I don't know. I just fly and it works. Don't think about it. Why is it not token no worky?
Sophia, I think we're hearing a cell phone or something toning.
Me?
Token
Yeah.
no worky.
It was going beep, 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 or something.
Put your beeper away. Come on.
I think you need to.
Getting paged.
The token I think needs to be 3x3 or something. My button is not working.
All right, I will correct it. One moment.
How much would you weigh, Ruzid? Well, like orcas are like 20 feet, so like 7,000 pounds?
I think a little heavier than that. Maybe double.
Double. Gee, I was gonna go to 9,000.
Twice the weight of an orca?
I'm guessing like 8 to 10 tons.
Have you seen an orca, Ruzid? They're pretty chubby.
Where's Death Talent?
Death Talon is in the cargo hold.
Fair enough. Because he's happy.
Shall we go ashore?
Sure.
Making
Should we
a
booby
nest out
trap
of
the
crates.
ship?
Are we trying to do anything specific ashore? Or just gonna check out the area?
We
I
have
can use a
10.
drink.
We have 10 living people on the ship at all times. I think
Be
it's
good.
sufficiently booby trapped.
No, it totally is. I'm just saying, like, is there anything we're trying to do in town specifically, or just like hitting up the local bar, going for a walk?
Not really a town, is it?
Those are basically the two things you can do there. Yep.
Like an
Oh.
alcove.
I personally haven't been here, so.
I
You're
haven't
gonna
been
love
here in a very long time. I wonder how things have been going.
I'm gonna spend some time and cast alarm on this area.
Okay.
Just
Oh yes.
practice. So I'll exempt all of us from actually triggering that alarm, and
Sure.
and Death Talon too. We won't trigger it either.
I always cast this at the start of the day lately.
Awesome. So
This is
as
a
you
good
guys arrive, the burnt out hull of a ship that once held a cafe lies in ruins and ash.
Is that normally there?
I think that was the place. Yeah, now it's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
Wasn't
I
his
like that.
ship? I don't remember.
Saphira, as you come closer, you can see there are a scattering of broken-in skulls, skeletons scattered. Scavengers have been through here many times.
Hey, that is.
Any skulls we recognize?
Any clues to how they died?
Well, I'm going to answer the first question first. First, how would you recognize the skull?
Ask it.
I don't know. I was hoping you would tell me.
Oh,
Well,
Hey,
it
Hamlet did
looks
it.
like Rusids or something. Like I feel like we could tell like a dragon skull from like something else.
right. Well, there's a whole bunch of skulls here. They are shattered. There's a couple tiefling skulls. There's a couple elven skulls. Mostly human skulls.
Do they? How new do they look? Do they look like they've been here like a long time, or a few weeks, or?
A few weeks. And they are charred and broken. Please roll a nature check as you guys investigate the bones. Anyone
Personally,
who's...
I'm calling
Wait.
dragon.
Wait, does Ruza see that they're charred? I guess everyone sees they're charred.
Yep. Go ahead and...
Isn't that big ass dragon? Did he show up over here? That's kind of concerning.
So, Oshin, the fires appear to have been set much later after these died, and was an act of burial. They tried to turn this area into a pyre and failed. The bones were smashed in by owl bears. But the owl bears would not have been the cause of the entire establishment burning down.
Coin would like to do an investigation on, I guess, this boat, on the origin of it or when it was made.
Sure.
Anything relating to the actual structure that they seem to perish.
Of course. So, investigation check with a 24,
24.
sir. The ship itself is very old. The ship is easily 120 years old. It was last here when you guys were here. This was the establishment. You guys walked into this place. It had been a beached boat that had been converted.
Wow.
The fact that it is now burnt down to the ground is discouraging, both on an entrepreneurial level, which may give you pause for your own business, but the fact that this was also a dock and a harbor for people to rest and relax and recover, it's troubling that someone would want to target these people, because they didn't do anything to anybody else, as far as you know. They were just...
Aren't they criminals?
I never said that.
Weren't some of them a little bit criminals?
That was your perception check, or your perceived state of the situation back 2 years ago.
We were very untrusting people back then, huh?
I think they were a little bit criminals.
I remember it being a little seedy, but
It was
that
seedy.
may have been
Outpost.
interpretation.
Where you don't have anybody checking what you're carrying on your ships.
Correct.
We're just kind of gonna prowl around in the wreckage, kind of sniffing around and looking very closely at all the bones and different stuff scattered about, trying to see if there's anything that isn't, you know, a bone or just like a broken piece of wood, just anything that might, like maybe there's a lockbox or something in there that might have give some information.
Well, your
about what
investigation
happened.
check.
I was hoping to do perception because I'm more looking for something. I was looking for anything that
Okay.
isn't a bone.
Sure.
Here we go. Click. Oh, terrible roll.
With the 15, you find a whole bunch of bones and a whole bunch of stones.
It rhymes.
I'm a poet and I know it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Don't
What's
think
the
there's much
condition of this
here.
building? How are the beds and stuff looking? Does it look like anyone's been here lately?
As you guys go scavenging through the building, it's been at least a few days since someone's been here, maybe a week. There's a ferret underneath one of the covers, feral and rabid. His mouth is frothing, and as you enter the room, he runs out past Ruzid towards the forest.
I found the druid.
Wait, speaking of, where is our druid? Where's the crab?
That druid looks like he's ill.
Florup?
Yeah.
I would. You were the last one to watch him. I don't know.
I thought it was in your bucket. I thought you would
A
know. what
master
happened.
of stealth.
Bucket? What's this about a bucket?
Yeah, didn't the crab go in the bucket? I thought it was gonna nip your ass or something while you
That's
slept.
what snipped me?
Oh.
You didn't check?
I just shoved out and ran away.
Wait, so it wasn't a druid?
Well, good news. I know where the druid is.
Oh, okay. So you insist it's still a druid.
It is? Coin says, gauging whether or not you still believe it is.
Please roll a deception check, Coin.
I'll do it with luck.
All right. Your insight check, please, sir. Mr. Ruzid. He's lying to you once again, Ruzid. It's like that time he offered to pay you.
My dragon senses are tingling. You're lying.
Hey, maybe we can accuse each other of lying later. Ruzid, would you mind taking a quick fly around, just see if you see anything weird nearby?
Oh, I can do that. I got those eagle eyes.
Before you go,
I mean dragon eyes.
I'm gonna put up the telepathic bond. That seems like a relevant thing to do here.
Honestly,
I'll give it the
if I
2 hour
can,
duration.
I'll call my Pegasus over from the boat as well, and I'll also do a quick lap.
Okay.
Ruzit
Pegasus
does
in the
one
hold.
big flap and launches off the ground and starts scouting from the sky.
Awesome. How far is your dark vision?
My dark vision is 120 feet.
Okay, so 120 feet up, right?
Well, if it's a radius, I think I'd probably be only like 60 feet up. Because if I'm 120 feet up, then I wouldn't be able to see the ground properly, I guess. That's how dark vision works.
Okay, so 60 feet. Awesome. Not too far out. As you go and fly around, you can mosey around and you don't see anything out of the ordinary other than this burnt out ship that should be a tavern. The skulls, the bones. Saphira sifting through them sorrowfully, I think. regretfully. Yeah.
He seems very contemplative.
It's almost like she recognizes her own death. If she had stayed here, she'd be one of these piles of bones.
You okay, Saphir? Did you know anyone here?
I don't think I did. I mean, one person we met here didn't stay, but was kind of hits home a little bit seeing one of my kind. This both being a tiefling and someone who might hang out at a place like the Broken Mug was. It makes me wonder, what kind of life did they have? What kind of enjoyment were their aspiration? Was really, what was their story? There's no one who knows that I'm here to tell it.
Story was cut off too soon either way. Not fair in the least.
Someone will know their story, or a part of it. You'll have a part of their story too. And one day, when all of your memories are gathered up in Imkale's River, the entire story will play out before them.
You hear a little voice. That's a cute story.
Druid?
You hear it from this skull here.
That's where the spider just landed and starts coming back.
Who's that?
Do a sniff for necromancy real quick.
Yeah, I'm peering at this skeleton.
Sizen, did you have something to do with his head too?
Okay, once again, let's just say no.
I
Hello?
didn't see anything, so yeah.
Hello.
We found something.
Something.
You're kind of scary. Can you back up, please?
Damn right.
But which ones are scary? Everyone who's scary, take a step back.
You take 4 steps back.
Coin steps forward.
Forward.
I lay down.
Okay.
Someone
You're
get
doing
back.
so well.
Taken.
Well, he's funny. Is it safe to come out? You're not going to eat me, are you?
Oh, you're made of bone, so.
I don't usually eat people who talk.
I'm not made of
Why do you say
bones.
usually?
If you promise not to eat me, I'll come out.
I promise.
Oh wait,
no one's
got
gonna
a
find it.
disembodied voice. Oh, this isn't necromancy. Okay.
Pinky promise unless you don't have a pinky. Then I guess I don't promise.
I promise I won't hurt you.
You know, Coin, you could just do a regular promise, but not involving a pinky.
I'm one of the nice dragons. I'm not one of the dragons that just eats people because they feel like it. I eat people because they hurt my friends.
Oh, I don't want to hurt you. And coming out, crawling out of the eye socket of this skull, is a little pixie.
A little morbid to make home in
Love that.
in an eye socket, don't you think?
It's not home. It's a hiding place.
It sounds like
From whatever
temporary.
happened here, I take it.
They wanted to eat me. The Minotaur said he was going to eat all fairies. You're not that kind of Minotaur, are you?
No, most aren't. He must have been a savage.
Oh. They said
Fairies don't
he
taste
was
that good.
Ravage.
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Allie. My name is Allie Chili Sand. What's yours? Can I get that?
No.
Oh, whoa. Careful.
My name's Sizen.
You cannot. You listen closely. You cannot get any of our names, and if you try that again, maybe one of us will eat you. Understood?
Oh, I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm lost. I can't get home.
How many pixies were you traveling with prior to all this?
Traveling? I showed up here in fire.
Right? How'd that happen?
That's pretty impressive.
I was flying along, and I was going to go ahead and offer a favor in exchange for some help. And next thing I knew, I was flying into a portal, and here I was. And the lava poured through behind me.
So where are you from?
Oh, far away. Very far away from here. This place is so drab and dull, boring.
You want to go home?
Yes.
Are you from this plane?
What's a plane?
Considering I'm from the Feywilds, I would be aware that this pixie should probably be from the Feywilds, right?
Oh, yes. I'm from the Feywild. Yes.
Well,
aren't you?
I can send you back there.
You look like some of my friends. They have green hair too.
Do they have green scales too?
No. And if you hadn't promised not to hurt me, I wouldn't have come out. Dragons are evil, you know.
I think we're dealing with like a youngling here.
I'm not young. I'm 3.
I told you I'm not one of the bad dragons. I'm one of the good dragons.
There's no such thing as good dragons. Mama said that.
My mama said that you shouldn't talk to pixies, because every one of them is trouble.
Your mama's not real. They're being fake.
Yeah, your mama's not real. They're being fake.
Your mama's so fake. Sorry.
Did your mama also not tell you to pick fights with dragons? Cause
Your mama's so fake that Pamela Anderson is real.
What?
I get
Who
it.
is that?
It was a compare and contrast
totally.
to Mama J. It was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Well, we could send you back if you wanted. This isn't a place for a pixie for a number of reasons.
You can send me back?
Should be able to.
Oh, I would owe you so many kind words. Like 5.
Wow, 5 whole words.
5 whole kind words. Do you think she knows that many?
I doubt it.
You're
considering how
nasty.
she's talking.
Why
By
is she
Pixie
so
standards.
nasty? Is it because her people come from Shintara?
What is with you and profiling? First you said, "Oh, it's a dragon. They must be evil," and then you're like, "Oh, why is she so nasty? Must be because she's from Shintara." You got any other prejudices you want to air out in front of us?
You know, maybe it's a good thing you
You
left your
see-
plane. It sounds like you were living in a bubble.
You see, the dragon is evil. He can't keep his mouth shut.
You know, bad
Yeah,
dragons
you're right. I
don't
can't
generally
keep
have
my mouth shut.
They don't
It's fine
generally
there
have
for you.
conversations.
Frozen.
Okay, the telepathic bond is up, yeah?
She's at.
Yes, the
Yeah,
telepathic
the
bond is active.
telepathic
Alright.
bond is up.
Telepathically, anyone have any issues with me casting banishment before the thing says anything that's racist again?
No.
Yes.
It's a waste of a spell slot.
You should get a favor for doing it.
Sure, I can ask for that.
That's a good call if you're comfortable making deals with a fae. If she weren't 3, if she weren't like a child, I'm already tempted to.
Oh, wait a minute. 3 is not a child for a pixie. How
Yeah.
old are you, Ruzid? Ruzid, you're what, 5?
What?
Okay.
Enough.
Wait, do you think Ruzin's a pixie?
No, what I'm saying is that age is
I
in.
can see the resemblance.
I'm 51.
He has wings, he has legs, he's a pixie.
Listen,
If this works for
what I'm
insects,
saying.
if this
Yeah,
works for
yeah,
insects,
yeah.
just say it.
Lifespans are incredibly different across species, and you cannot assume that 3 is like a child.
Actually,
At
I'm
least
43.
older.
Close enough.
She looks at least older than Farboiler's wife.
Is that really our baseline? Like, get serious.
I mean, that one, it was actually a child, though, so.
She's not a child. You all are just twisted.
I saw the pictures.
I am willing to send you home. In return, would you be willing to owe me a favor?
Oh, that's not nice. I offered you 5 kind words. I don't want to give you a favor. I don't think that that's fair.
No? Okay, you can go back into the skeleton.
No, I'm gonna take the skeleton away from her. But, good luck.
Like I said earlier, better than being in my mouth.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That was a little worse than I thought.
It is
Not like it's
because
your
they're
home.
nasty. Why are some of you kind and others mean?
Listen,
So,
I
it
currently
balances
have
out.
no plans on cashing in this favor at the moment. But someday down the line, perhaps it could be handy. But honestly, you're probably getting the better deal here. Free passage home with maybe nothing to ever come of it.
Exactly. It ain't like he's gonna hold leverage over your head for, all the time. I mean, I don't think he will anyway.
But
I haven't even been to the Feywild in the past maybe 40 years.
I don't know you. What if the favor's for me to do something wrong?
Like what?
Like lie.
No, you already lied when you talked about how all dragons are evil. Doesn't seem like a big deal to you.
No. Mama said dragons are evil. Just like the devil.
Listen, Pixie, your mom has likely lived a
My
life
name
full
is
of
Allie.
Allie. Your family probably comes from a history of preconceptions on how people are and aren't. Our dragon here, generally pretty good guy. Maybe your parents never met a dragon like Ruzit over here. But that's a good lesson for you to go back to wherever you're going.
She flies near you, Coin, not touching, but just near you. And as she does so, she stops and hovers. Does he kill people?
I mean, not for fun. It in a form of defense, perhaps, of self-preservation and preservation of people he likes.
Do you think killing is wrong?
I think killing is an unideal resolution to a lot of problems. I don't think it's a preferred method.
Do you think he thinks it's a preferred method? Because he threatened me even though he promised not to hurt me. His words hurt me.
He promised
Your
not to
words
eat you.
hurt me.
I didn't promise not to hurt you.
I didn't promise shit to you either. What do you mean?
You promised that you wouldn't hurt me.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Listen,
Hey,
Allie, some dogs like to bark, but they fall right over for a belly rub when you walk up to them.
now I kind of want to like rubs.
Ruzit's kind of like that.
Ali, I have no current intention of cashing in a favor. It's the quid pro quo of the situation. How about this?
What does
Do
that
a favor.
mean?
She's 3,
You
and you
have-
just use the word quid pro quo.
She's also Fey.
You didn't even
There's
say
something, How about this? You owe a favor. You have 2 vetoes where you can veto whatever the favor is. If you use both and you try and veto a third time, we can find a neutral party that can agree that a favor is fair within 1 day's time of me asking for this third favor. If at the end of 1 day we can't agree on a party, then I'll choose a party at that point. Would that be agreeable to you?
Only if the fair party is Queen Titania of the Fae.
Didn't we already meet up with that lady? Yeah.
You
I
met
think
Queen
we probably could.
Titania?
In the telepathic bond, Bryn is going to say, I don't think we want Queen Titania to be our supposedly neutral third party.
I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I don't think this is ever gonna matter. I'm just kind of doing it to humor everyone. Provided we can get into contact with her with reasonable efforts within 2 days' time, I can agree.
You'll
Oh,
send me back to the Fey realm with 2 vetoes for the favor, and Queen Titania can arbitrate the third.
As long as we can find her within 2 days of the third request.
Of
Using reasonable
course.
efforts.
That's not a problem. We know where she is.
Of course.
After all, you've got to be a super powerful magic user to lend me this spell.
I'm not going to be lending the spell, but I'll be sending you back myself.
Oh. Well, you're lending me your magic to send me back, right?
I will be using my magic to send you back as I so choose.
Oh. Okay.
Are you ready?
Just forget it and be done. Be done with this.
I suppose.
All
He's
right,
so
I'm gonna-
cynical. Is he always like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you put up with him? You could just fly away.
I can't fly.
I cast banishment.
And she pops out of existence.
I hope she lands somewhere not in the Feywild.
It should send it back because it should be the native plane, but it would be really funny if it wasn't.
It would also be funny if her native plane isn't the Feywild. Oh, you didn't ask where your uncle's mother came from?
It's awkward.
9 hells for
Well-
you.
That's her problem.
Doesn't banishment, isn't it
116,
temporary?
116
No.
imp.
No, it's not temporary. If you concentrate
I believe
on it for the full duration and the creature is not native to the plane that they were
Oh.
banished from, then it is permanent.
I
Yep.
see, I see.
Banishment is a very good spell.
That's cool.
He's concentrating right now. Don't interrupt him.
Don't worry, I've gotten through concentration. I can have a conversation at the same time.
You can even whack him.
Venus who's standing right behind
Whack
Sison.
him up with it.
Oh, you want to test that?
I know.
Which means that Sason cannot possibly be a human man.
There's something fey about him. What
Dude,
can I say?
speaking from experience, just saying. All right.
Yeah, I'll wait the minute till.
Sure. It's already passed.
Great.
Is it wrong that I thought about sneezing on the pixie?
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yes.
Like sneezing poison, that is, by accident.
Thank you
I-
for clarifying. There's now
I
more.
wouldn't be a violation
You
of the
thought
code
about an accident.
either.
I
Yeah, it
do
was an
want-
accident.
It's important
I
to
do
think
wanna
about
put it
potential
out there.
accidents.
This group as a whole should probably be a little more careful when it comes to fey interactions. I think a lot of words get thrown around very quickly without people thinking about them.
It's
I
like,
think we shouldn't talk to Faye anymore.
Sazin, I give you my word. Wait, Wait.
if you're a fish, should we just not talk to you anymore, too?
Have I ever used your words against you?
Aren't almost all of us
Sometimes.
Fey?
Have you deserved it? Yes.
No.
Anyway, moving on.
Really not.
Anarchai, Drow, Minotaur, High Elf.
Nope.
Grung.
We're extremely agreeable.
Grungs aren't Fey.
Shadow Guy are explicitly ex-Fae.
True.
So you were Fey.
We got banished, we left. No longer Fae.
I don't know, dragons are really magical. That's like Fae adjacent.
It's okay. We're just going to go ahead and call it the Fey and the Sewer Dwellers, and we're good.
Equally charming.
Oh, Saphira, you can choose which side you want to be on that.
You've been talking to Allie too much, Eric.
That's a good question. Which side pays better?
Which side pays better? The Sewer Dwellers, obviously.
Yeah! Let's
It's
go,
more
Sewer
loot.
Dwellers.
The Fae.
Hey, I'm a
the Fae
Sewer
act-
Dweller. Never mind. I hate being a Sewer Dweller.
All right.
Sewer's great.
It's kind of down to who wins, right?
So, what was, by the way, this building? I've never been here.
Yeah, what is that building?
There
Friends?
used to be like a spa slash you could sleep there, but they had like tubs and
Yeah, didn't like the girls have a spa night or something?
oh, that's
Yes. The episode in my notes was called My Little Pony Slumber Party.
You know, I could kind of well, when they mentioned belly rubs, I was like, you know, I could kind of use a spa night and like belly rubs, but the spa's gone, so I guess not.
well, I don't think anyone's here.
My point, the spa's gone, or well, the people running
No,
the spa.
we're in agreement. Spa people are gone.
Very
That is
disappointing.
true.
I can start doing some proper funeral rites for this mess, but I think it's gonna take me most of the night.
Yeah, that might take a while.
Do you need
Well, we're
help?
waiting here anyway for the world eaters, so it probably doesn't matter.
I made sure to
Remember
try
that
not
you
to
were-
step on any skulls by accident when I was stomping around earlier.
That would be helpful. Yeah, I think Mhm.
Do you mind if I either observe or assist?
Yeah. So usually, there's a lot of different funeral rites that we could approach this with, and it looks like one was kind of half done, which makes the traditional like gather of the pieces and try to organize the story a little difficult. I can cast ceremony a bunch of times, but the funeral rite in ceremony is usually for one person at a time, so we might have to adjust things a little bit to gather up everybody that remains. I'm thinking this is gonna be a long night for Tati.
I'll just cast haste on you.
You're gonna cast haste on the funeral
I
rite.
have a ton of spell slots. I'll help you work fast.
Which is going to cause her to gain a
Have I just
level.
mentioned how respectful you are just every day?
So yeah, awesome. Tachi, you're going to spend the entire evening doing last rites on all of these bones.
I could throw out a coming of age ceremony if anybody wants to age. Nope. Just funeral rites. Got it.
Save it for my birthday.
I gotta pinch the pennies of my age. We don't last long in the sewers.
Well, let me know if you're up for like a wedding or if you want to do like an atonement if you're feeling guilty for some reason.
Do you know who you're talking to?
I know, it's just I had to learn all of these different ceremonies for like so many different languages, different cultures, different species. It was a lot of memorization, guys. I feel like I should put it to use one day.
You should like organize like all of them at once. Like find someone who's getting married and divorced and having a birthday and just knock it all out at once.
Well, we are definitely going to get a little bit creative, I think, and make sure we get all of the
I love this.
What?
I know where you're going, and it's going to be great when you guys get creative.
I don't know. I just meant creative in the sense that we're gonna make sure we snag all of the patrons and staff and potentially attackers of like everyone that was left behind here.
Okay,
Let's see it.
cool. So you guys collectively
go-
get the bones together and do the last rites. Tachi,
Build like a one of those like bone towers.
a cairn? Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I think we're thinking about the same thing. We're gonna play Legos with all the bone pieces we can find.
Understood.
You're forming your
In the
skeleton
dome.
army.
Are these like Lincoln logs?
I'm playing Lincoln Logs with the bones.
It's the aftermath of the Evil Dead.
I just gotta make sure, that it's gonna like use the deaths here to an improper cause.
Looks like you're trying to bring them back. I thought you weren't really the necromancer type.
I'm not trying to bring them back. I'm trying to make them safely gone. And part of that is making sure that they're just not, left around half for tools here.
Okay.
Being left to the wilds like the owl bears is actually one of the many ceremonies that are out there. If they hadn't also tried to do some kind of pyre at the same time, it might have worked. I mean, also if the people involved were interested in that kind of thing. But yeah, if any of you ever want your funeral rites to involve your corpse being left to the wilds, I can help arrange that for you.
That is so good
Owl
to know.
bears, owl bears, sharks, like anything that you like, strung up in the trees for monster birds. That's a popular one in some places.
Does burial at sea count?
As being left to the wilds, it has a different flavor, but you are returning your body to the nature. So, yeah, I would put that at least in the same chapter of the book of funeral rites.
Do you have like a funeral rites like ranking? Like what's your favorite?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, well, I gotta say, I do really enjoy the ones where you wake for a week, and have like a big party in the in the catacombs where you're about to lay the recently deceased. That's a really fun one.
That's kind of cramped.
Well,
Can I
yeah,
keep
some
my
folks-
skeleton?
Can you keep your skeleton?
Like, can I donate my body to be like eaten by ants or whatever, and then have the skeleton returned to my estate afterwards? Like, is that
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
okay?
I'll make a note of any of your funeral preferences. That's
No, just the
Hey.
skeleton, really. I don't think that's.
no, that
Hey,
makes
just
it. The skeleton is
choice.
often like that lasting part of the corpse that people like to keep around as like a more lasting memory.
Yeah, I was
You just say you gain 1 point. You don't specify what 1 point is.
I didn't want to ask because I've.
You gain 1 point. Nice.
Of exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's what I thought the answer would be. That's why I didn't.
One point of Dungeons and Dragons. You're 1 point closer to winning Dungeons and Dragons.
It's humans and resources, guys.
The campaign is over. The point goes to Kyle. We'll meet you for session 0 next week.
Wait, we were all competing for a point this whole time?
well, not anymore. You just got it.
God damn it.
I mean, if we weren't, wouldn't it be pointless?
Boo.
You lose 1 point.
I'm crying.
I
accept
like
this,
that one the
beverage.
best one.
All points go to
Alright.
Slytherin.
No.
Oh, the points don't matter anyway.
Exactly.
Is that Seisden? Or
For the record, that is one of my favorite shows. Whose Lines Is It Anyway? Great
Man,
show.
It's great.
All right. So, as you guys do the funeral rites, you will be undisturbed all night long. Who all is helping and who all is getting rest tonight?
Everyone's contributing.
I will be helping.
wants help?
We're just
I
taking a
will-
big nap.
I think
I'm
Brandon's
someone-
right.
I'll help and then rest later.
We're just like, yeah, I'd probably end up crushing more skulls than putting more skulls in the correct place, so you guys can do it. I'm gonna go sleep.
All right. So, Bryn, you said you were going to help or not?
I don't think Bryn is really the person to help with funeral rites and is rather just going to make sure that he's well rested. Because honestly, Sigeos could probably attack us at any moment if he thinks we're coming and he wants to do something about it.
Cool.
So,
Or this
yeah.
Sagwin.
It would be so funny if we got attacked and they fly here and they just see us playing Django with bones.
So, you
He's
guys,
such a nice one.
Ruzin and Bryn will get a long rest. However, everybody else gains a level of exhaustion.
Oh, I was saying I was gonna work and then take my 4 hours.
Okay.
Later, 'cause I don't do much.
Very well. You can go ahead and get a long rest.
Here, I'll readily take that level of exhaustion.
Okay. Not just
Done.
because it's Jordan playing her, but because it actually makes sense for this character.
Yep.
All right. Cool, guys. Well, we will come back next week then, as you guys will get all of your leveled up abilities and everything. And we will come back next week for the next episode of the Toivoan Trainwreck, as you guys will be meeting up with the World Eaters, as they'll be arriving tomorrow during the day.
Yeah.
Yep. So come back next week for the next episode of the Trainwreck.